then run.
Don't throw us a healing potion. It'd probably just break on the ground.
There's no getting out of this one, folks.
Jason,
We're stuck.
do you gain joy by not telling everybody that we're live, or is it just like you just want to see how crazy and what ridiculous things we're gonna say?
Just he mostly wants to see what ridiculous things I'm gonna say.
Wait, we're live right now? Oh shit!
Yes.
Fuck,
we're live
God
right now.
damn it, son of a bitch, whore!
I got a new mug for Christmas, and it's
I gotta
got a
put my
little dragon
pants
inside
on.
Says who?
Pants on?
it. I got a new mug for Christmas.
Pants on?
Got a little dragon in it.
Your
Isn't it
pants.
adorable?
My
This
God.
just takes up space that your coffee would be in. You need to break that out of there so you can get more
I
coffee
don't
in
know
there.
what you mean. You got to
No,
put your
it's
pants
got a
on.
cute little dog.
Nobody can see below your chest.
Till he stands.
I was gonna say, just don't leave the room and you'll be fine.
I gotta leave the room though. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no! Ah! Oh, good,
Dude,
good. The robe
he
covered
might
up.
not be wearing
I
pants.
know the robe. Now I need to know.
I don't.
Now I need to know. The robe covered up. We don't know if you actually are or not.
You ever see those memes where like the girl's wearing like tan tights and it looks like she's naked from the waist down?
Oh my gosh, I have to show you some pictures that I had in like, my 20s. It's got a green band, and then the pants are tan.
I don't even
and
know
then
where to
in the
start
back,
with that conversation.
It totally looks
Let
like
me-
I'm wearing a green thong.
They had cameras.
Oh my
God. In my 20s.
Man,
Yes,
ooh.
they had cameras in my 20s.
Emotional damage.
Arena report to the burn ward.
and
Arena to the burn ward.
Hey. It doesn't really offend me
Fine.
because I don't look my age.
This is fair and true.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you had to go like this. Or, you know. The smokeless powder would flash and you would have to stand still for 10 minutes and it would make a picture.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Nobody
Good
was
times, yeah.
smiling in those photos.
Heck, I
Because it
remember when they
took so
came out with
long.
the Polaroid Instamatic camera and that was like, oh my God, you take a picture and actually see it
Right then,
right then and
you
there.
didn't have to go to a dark room.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Oh
check
my
it out.
God.
Pictures, I'll show you some pictures. Check these out.
What the fuck?
Hey,
I'm
Ivar,
afraid.
the gray in our beard is showing.
I know, right? What?
Aww.
What?
Oh, yeah, his little
What?
grandson.
What?
It's a
Yeah.
grandson, right?
Yeah.
When was he born?
The fifth or sixth.
Holy freaking Mazel Tov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see
He's
shit
a
on
grandpa, and Jason gets to be a dad.
Aww.
here. Yeah. Ta-da.
And we're not that different in age.
Yeah. Oh, believe me, I would not want to be a dad at your age, bro. Like,
Well, you're just upset because I get to have somebody carry my oxygen tank.
His
Yeah, that's
grandson could potentially carry his oxygen tank if he raises
That's
him
true.
upright, you know.
I'm
It would
OG
be weird
pa.
if you raised him laying down, though. I hope you raise him upright.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
raise
we
him
already got
upright.
stuff planned. I just ordered the
Yeah,
I
nice
just
fella.
ordered the illustrated Hobbit
Oh, how cool!
so that we could read it to him and then do all the voices and stuff. So me and my wife could do the voices
I have
Aw.
the
while he drinks
ABCs.
hot chocolate.
I have the ABCs of D&D. It's
Oh,
a,
there you go.
it's a
See?
book.
Yeah.
That's
then-
awesome.
There's another one. It's 1, 2, 3s of. I can't remember the rest of the title.
Well, I got
Donaties.
Pregnant Brain.
so he's going to see all the classics: Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Terminator,
Classic.
Excalibur, Conan,
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Oh yeah, Die Hard. That's a Christmas movie.
That's that's of course. You got to get one of those.
Yeah.
in.
It's a Christmas
Yeah.
story. Die Hard, Christmas Vacation.
Chevy Chase, Christmas Vacation.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, of course. That's the ones we always watch in my family, and then Blues Brothers.
Home Alone. Come
Home
on.
Alone. Home Alone
Classic.
2.
Classic.
Home Alone
Christmas.
3? No. Home Alone 4? No. Home Alone 5? No. Home Alone 6?
Wait.
No.
Okay, now
The
now
remake
I'm-
the remake
that
that's on
mommy?
Netflix.
Yeah, the remakes, huh?
They really had that many?
Yeah, they had like he did like 3, and then the fourth one
yeah,
was like
they
just
did
some
3.
unknown weird kid, probably committed suicide already.
Nice.
Oh
Welcome
God.
to TTRPG Academy.
Yeah, welcome to the bizarreness that is our tiny little world of
Windows
Tiny-
update. Should I restart now
Yes.
No.
Oh my gosh.
or
Absolutely.
snooze?
It's always best to restart
Yeah,
in the middle of
that-
the stream.
Snooze.
Hmm.
Well, that's a bad when the electric company shut my electricity down.
Oh, there he is. Hey.
It,
Oh, hi.
made me
Happy
do all the
Monday,
updates.
everybody. You fucking
Monday.
buffoons. You nightmare tunes that are about to die tonight. I can't wait. Then I can start over. I can
Yeah, I
start
know,
from
right.
scratch.
Yeah, all our characters can't wait to get a new DM too, so we're on the same boat.
Maybe one that'll
funny-
actually let us get to level 20 and actually
Yeah.
fulfill our builds that we've been working so hard on this whole
And
time.
Oh,
we don't
yeah,
fight
we're
a
all gonna
monster
die
that is
before we're
immune to
24.
everything
Oh,
under
okay.
the
Because
sun.
I'm so restrictive. I've kept these folks in like on rails. I've told them no with every question.
Yep.
They're
Can I
so
read this
right.
book? No.
So right. Yeah, folks, I got lazy. I didn't change my shirt. This is what I had for my creative session. Oh well, live with it.
It's just a black shirt.
I don't know
right?
what
No,
folks
it's
you're
got
like.
something on it.
Jason, I subscribe
Oh, okay, I
for
see
costume changes, and if I don't get costume changes,
You should have like you should do a costume change like every 15 minutes. Like, except really extravagant.
Now you
Wait,
can't do
wait,
that
wait,
because
wait.
Derek will run out of
Jason.
clothes after like a half hour.
Jason, you
No,
if
just
you're gonna
you.
do that. You
Oh, just
have
me.
I got
to-
like 3 outfits I changed between. All right.
you
I was
have
They're
to
all
do that.
khaki.
Jason, that costume that we bought you.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
whoa,
not
wearing
putting
khaki
on the
pants.
dungeon.
Oh, there you
I'm
go.
not
Perfect.
putting on the Dungeon Master cartoon
Yeah,
costume.
come on,
Ain't gonna
You
happen.
put on the Dungeon Master cartoon
No.
costume. Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not gonna
Come
do a
on.
K unit. I'm okay with
Come
that.
on.
some kind of dungeon costume that we
We're
don't
all
need to see.
we're all
okay?
gonna go on strike till you put the costume on.
Well then,
Well,
good
it's-
night, everybody. It's been fun.
Not at the shop. So that
I'm just messing with you.
Even if it was, it'd be in the trash right now. Like,
seriously, you threw it away.
Aww.
no, I haven't thrown it away. I said if
You
it
know
was
your little
at the
baby wants to
shop,
see
that-
you dressed in it.
No, nobody does. Even a creature brought into the world for the first 60 seconds of its sentient life is not going to want to.
Aren't they making like another terrible Dungeons and Dragons movie?
No, it's got what's his name, Mr. Star Trek in it.
Who?
The guy who plays the new William Shatner. The guy who
Chris
plays the new Kirk
Chris Pine.
Pine. Chris
Chris
Pine is in
Pine?
it. It actually has an amazing cast.
Yeah, the cast looks great.
Well, I've
whether or
known
not
things that
I-
had amazing casts that still sucked.
No,
Don't let
that's-
the original Dungeons and Dragons movie like deter
Well,
you.
no, they've
Hey,
tried to. They've
The
tried to
Scepter
like.
of Dragons was all right. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Which one?
The Scepter of Dragons.
Honestly, I drew that in high school. I loved that movie. It was one of my favorite movies. I'm not even gonna lie. It sucked, but I loved it.
Hey,
Oh
I
yeah,
love-
but
I
you
love
gotta
terrible
give it
movies.
up to that guy, to the bad guy in that. He made that whole thing. Just all
Well,
the facial
what-
expressions.
Wasn't Jeremy Irons a bad guy in one of the D&D ones?
Yeah, that's that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So good actor, crap movie. See,
Well,
it can happen.
I don't know if Jeremy Irons is a good actor. I think that's just
I
your
think he is.
impression.
He's a decent.
Well, of course, he's as old as you. Of course, you got to believe that.
Hold on. Did
You're
you
like
say that
1
he's
week
not
younger
a
than I
good
am, you
actor?
old turd.
Have you seen him in The Man in the Iron Mask?
Oh, I was just trying to trigger the baby boomer.
Have
That's
you
right.
seen him as
Whatever,
Scar
man.
in Lion King?
I triggered him again. It's so
You know, here's the deal. Every ism is against the rules except for ageism. So, drink up heartily.
That's weird.
What?
Look into my eye.
Oh God.
They won't let me save Apollo's character as a JPEG or a JPG.
A
Either.
JPG. That would be a JPEG, my friend.
That's
Well,
it.
there's a
Eventually-
JPEG and then there's a
eventually-
JPG
Yes,
as well.
that's right.
Tusk, eventually you're going to get an education from the TTRPG Academy. I assure you.
No,
It'll
there's
happen.
actually there's
Yep.
like there's the two folders as one. There's just a JPEG and then there's or it's JPEG and then there's a JPG.
They all mean JPEG. I can assure you.
They're
of that.
basically the same. Yeah, we all call them JPEGs. Trust me, I worked in graphic design for 10 years, so yeah.
But if you call it a GIF, I
JPEG
am
is the
siding
longer
Yeah, if you
one.
call it peanut butter, you're out of
I'm
here.
gonna smack you if you call it a GIF. I'm smacking you.
I only do that to trigger Jason.
30-second
Yeah.
count.
Do we have to download a GIF?
Very, very triggering.
I'm not sure how I feel about being muted right now. That was kind of rude.
I know.
Well, you're not
right?
muted. We can hear you.
Well, I unmuted myself, but
I
the
know.
second you turn that video on, all of a sudden you're like, no, you're done. You're done speaking.
I don't watch numbers. Numbers can't tell me what to do.
Video with numbers.
Then you just got that
There's
random
just
during the
both
random
loading
30
up.
seconds.
It doesn't
everybody hears their
automatically.
comments.
I'm sorry. Jason is so
Why was there
excited for his
still loading up?
countdown.
Well, it's built into the StreamYard. It's built into it. I'm like, I might as well use it.
Might as
It's
well
kind of
use it,
fun.
absolutely.
Actually, it gives me an opportunity to kind of look
Try
at
to get
everything,
us
make
to
sure I
shut
don't
up.
fuck anything up right away, like I did.
People have that buffer zone, and then they miss all our colorful commentary continuing through the 30 seconds.
Not to
Okay.
mention,
Like, oh, this is
I completely fucked up Sunday night. Fucked up royally. I was like smooth, right? I was fucking in the shit, man.
You in the zone.
I was zoned in. I had everything set up perfectly for the game, for the Absent
Yeah.
Throne after Debtor's Gambit.
Oh,
It looked
okay.
gorgeous. It was perfect. We were going into a major encounter, and at an hour and 45 minutes, the entire soundboard had been muted for an hour and 45 minutes. And not a single motherfucker
no.
said anything in chat.
Damn.
It's like, motherfucker!
What? Okay,
That's,
so
that's
I don't
like,
know.
did you remember to press record? That's that same thing. Did you press the record button?
I know, right? All right. Usually when I fuck up like that, it's like 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It's recoverable. And I'm like halfway through the session. Oh fuck! The little red speaker was on the audio input plugin source. I'm like, I started crying like a little baby. I started crying like a little newborn baby. I suddenly became Ivar's grandson.
Mhm.
I became the new baby. I became the new baby. And I
Hey.
crawled into Golshar's lap and I looked for a little bottle of milk and I got very confused.
So hey Valev, how do I fix my lighting so that I don't have the complexion of a cadaver?
Just turn off the light, bro.
It does. You
and
do
put
look
up
like a flat
paper-
face with just
put
a
up
mouth
like a
and eyeballs
paper
right now.
effigy.
Yeah, I know.
Because you can't even see your eyebrows, so it's
I
like
know.
there.
So it'll depend on your camera, on your webcam.
Uh-huh.
Most webcams will have individual control software that you can go in and adjust your exposure with. Hey, there you go.
Oh, see, now that's
That
all
got
downer.
darker.
You just brought
No,
us down.
it's the same.
I prefer him to be a cadaver.
It's a little darker.
It's just it is actually a little bit darker. It's a little bit better. Basically, go get a piece of toilet paper and stick it over your light.
Well, Shah comes from a desert, but you're the palest guy on screen right now.
I know. I'm really playing
Well, I
out
don't
of
know,
character.
man.
I can
And
brighten
Derek-
up my screen if that helps. There we
Derek,
go.
I'm just glad
Now-
you're wearing
now
a
you're
No,
not
t-shirt,
alone.
you
or
still
else I
have
wouldn't be
skin
able to see
color.
you.
Okay. I think it's because I have like very white walls and I don't have a camera light. It's just the light from the room.
Yeah, the heavenly gate light allowing the cadaver to walk through the portal of entry.
Yeah, I got to get my purple my purple cape so we can all go behind
Oh my
the
guys!
UFO.
So can you guys tell that we haven't seen each other for almost 4 weeks?
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're at 7:20. We need to start this freaking game because we are
What?
going
It
to...
only takes 5
Yeah.
minutes to die.
To die, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you guys let the lava in? Yes, I let the lava in.
Before we finish
You're all
this
dead.
game. Let's go. Come on.
Do you guys let the lava in? Yes, we do.
The lava.
Okay, you all die.
All the lava, just a
We
little bit
die
of the lava.
from the lava.
The
The
lava.
lava.
Night.
Did we collapse a mountain? Yes, we did.
Yes,
I
we
wild
got
shape
it.
into a fire elemental and swim through the lava. Backstroke, bitches!
You can do that.
Oh, wait, I have to change it if that's going to be the case. You need to be red.
No, you remember this is
Lava time!
this is Jason's
Lava,
game, so he'll
lava,
just
lava,
go.
lava,
It's
lava,
super hot lava. You'd normally be able to swim through normal lava, But this is super hot lava.
But this is from the center.
This
of
is from the
Earth's
hell.
core
This is
magma.
hell lava. Nobody can swim through it.
Nobody can
You
swim
burn
They
up
have
and die.
they have made the
The
lava
end.
more lava-like, more lava-licious.
My bad,
And
guys.
This
it's
is homebrew
technically-
lava. Have you ever swum through homebrew lava?
It's still underground, but it's technically magma.
It's
people.
magma.
magma.
underground.
Magma.
Yes.
Magma. But where
Super
are my
hot
magma
magma.
laser beams?
Beams on their freaking heads.
All right, recap.
Hey, everybody, thank you to the nightmare that is my life. Yeah, I am
We all love
the
you.
designated head
You're
cat
welcome.
herder. These are the designated pussies. I mean cats. We are here to play Faerun Reborn, and we are at a major, and listen to the wording very carefully, people. Very carefully. We are at a major milestone event today. So, and it will be the final
Yeah, Derek, we have to live
milestone
first.
to
Derek, we have
get
to live
through.
first.
But
Yes.
milestone will be thrown around a great deal because I know it's very triggering for Valev. But you know, we're here. We're playing tonight. We are about to resolve a major encounter from a cliffhanger that we left off of almost 4 weeks ago because we thought Callista was going to pop last Monday, so we had to take an extra week off. But
False flavor suck.
Faerun Reborn, as a quick recap, since we are at the beginning of the 2022 year, just a quick recap, and then we'll do a quick event recap from where we left off. We'll probably go till about 10:30 tonight, since we do not have kids to worry about, and tomorrow is Callista's day off, so she can. Well, no, she's got a doctor's appointment, but she doesn't have to worry about work at least, and so we have a little extra spare time tonight. We can do a little wiggle room in case this goes longer than we want. But Faerun Reborn is a post-apocalyptic event in the Forgotten Realms. It's basically linked to 4 other campaigns I was running, 2 of which concluded, 1 almost concluded, and 1 barely got started. And all of them were supposed to be interlinked so that when we played this one, the outcome of those other 4 was going to kind of determine or help determine how this campaign was going to go. Some of it made it into it, some of it didn't, but the gist of it is that we are 250 years after the Rift Wars. All of the old legend, or all the old canon of Forgotten Realms became legendary. All the major cities, organizations, all fell to the apocalyptic event of the post-activity of the Rift Wars. The team has learned a great deal about the Rift Wars, although some of that knowledge was lost over time. So they have attached themselves to a family that goes by the name Silverhand, and Lord Silverhand maintained a central kingdom in the Midlands of the Forgotten Realms and managed to barely keep a coalition of like-minded individuals together in an effort to create a safe haven for those that were looking for a place to become refugees in and could, recover. And then Lord Silverhand was going to do an attempt at rebuilding the Forgotten Realms. With this in mind, the Chimera Mercantile Company came into existence over a gradual period of time. The team, for individual reasons, found their way into the Kingdom of Bith and the capital town known as Whist, and have spent a great deal of time integrating themselves into the community and growing exponentially both in wealth and fame over an extended period of time. We are a tier 4 adventure for those of you that like tiers. I believe everybody's in the level 17 range. So we're kind of pretty up into that upper echelon. We've been playing together for almost 2 years. Most of this campaign was offline. We only really started sharing this with the Twitch community some, maybe...
Say about 8 months ago?
Yeah, about 8 months ago. Right in line with second year COVID. We just wanted to share it with everyone. We've been having a lot of fun with it. It's one of my larger campaigns with 6 players. I don't normally run 6 players anymore. I usually run 4 or 5 players. That's my comfort zone. But after 41 years of playing this game, and this will be one of my more favorite campaigns, I hope concludes on an up note as opposed to a down note, because, TPKs are still possible. Don't know. But anyways, the god Merkel, sensing that...
He's really trying to throw that out there, isn't he, guys? You think he's trying to...
The god Merkel, sensing an opportunity due to the fact that the pantheon that used to watch over Terrell is now gone. And the Forgotten Realms has kind of been languishing in chaos and a kind of post-warlord existence for a very long time. As the world begins to try to recover, the Silverhand King, or the Kingdom of Bith and Lord Silverhand, along with the aid of the Chimera Company, begin to reach out to those other surviving communities within the Forgotten Realms in an attempt to bring the Midland Kingdoms back into existence, reestablish commerce, reestablish the development of the Forgotten Realms as a whole, and attempt to recover relics of the old world in order to rebuild the new world. Mostly because the weave is dead. It's been corrupted by the Red Wizards of Thay in an attempt to protect the Forgotten Realms, or Faerun, depending on whatever vernacular you prefer. And that whole process created a great time rift. And within this time rift, the creature or the entity known as the... Well, he would go by many different names, but for the most part, he became known as the Pestilent One, which was an amalgamation of different types of sentient existence. He attempted to bring the chaos and the abyss planes into the material plane and sought to project chaos into the material plane permanently and establish an anchor upon which the 9 levels of hell could empty out and take over not only the material plane, but other realms that dwelt within the material plane. Therefore, the Red Wizards of Thay could not allow this to happen. They destroyed the weave, hid their essence inside elementals, objects, and relics, and waited and bided their time for the restoration of a relic known as Max, or Maximilian. Maximilian came into existence as he was one of the players. My son played him, and it was really fun to watch him play that character out. And then Maximilian came into existence and found his way back up to the Red Wizards of Thay, reestablished the community of the Red Wizards, and now have come down to aid our friends who are now in a battle with the god known as Merkel, the god of bones, the new god of death. The 2 remaining pantheons that cling on to the influence of this realm is the Raven Queen, which has become the god of life, and then Baal, who still maintains his nefarious but temporary alliance with the Raven Queen. He is no longer the god of murder. He is the god of death. So this collision of pantheons who are trying to either cause the realms to be succumbed to their power or reestablish the faith of the people in an effort to reestablish the connection with the celestial gates and possibly elevate this post-apocalyptic world back into the favor of the gods. All of this is culminated in the activity of the Chimera team are now attempting to not only confront the Merkel avatars, but they're doing it in such a way as to potentially weaken their power base and hopefully not only be able to restore the weave, but banish Merkel from the material plane, close the last of the gates to the 9 levels of hell, and possibly give this forgotten world a chance to finally recover from the events that had happened to it in the past. And with that, where we last left off, the team had hatched a plan. They had gone through the swamp, which had been greatly altered by the presence of the Merkel avatars. The team managed to make it through the swamp by, well, flying over it, which was the smarter choice to do. They then made their way through the roots of the volcanic mountain range known as Worntooth Mountain and found themselves confronted with some challenges. One of them was some bizarre creature that was left to guard this potential egress in to this area of the volcano, nearly using its psychic powers to confuse and confound the team and keep them permanently trapped within the roots of the volcano. They managed to make their way through that. They then made their way up to the edge of what could only be called the flesh pit, a great kind of like huge monstrosity that is filled with the remains of undead entities and creature, and it seems to consume the very life of the space around it, and it is currently guarding a crystalline flower known as the essence of the weave. This particular device, if recovered, and then once the team configures in that direction. And just like before, Cesare, I hate StreamYard today because it has disconnected us yet again. Those motherfuckers.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
It says we're still live.
Oh, really? Because the feed just got all fucked up on me. But hey, just me.
Hold on, let me see.
Twitch
Let me
is still
see.
up.
Okay. So that Derek is riding on the back of Ozzy the Ozworm and making his way deeper into the flesh pit.
Yep, feed's still up.
Okay. Valev and Arena are currently lingering about the entryway into the old fire giant warren that is now completely filled with the collapsed area of the old the inner volcanic lake and well. And I believe you two have turned into clouds, and you are currently in the process of getting your fire elemental to break through the door. I believe the fire elemental was about to pound on the door, and that's where we last left off. Valev, go ahead and have the fire elemental make a strength check with advantage because they are immune to fire.
Okay, real quick. When you said that we were about to turn into...
No, we were already clouds.
You're already clouds.
Yeah, they were already clouds.
Yep.
Because that takes a minute, so we were doing it before it broke through.
You summoned the elemental. You then became clouds. You then ordered the elemental to crash through the door.
Okay, so I just wanted to clear up something real quick before moving on. You're referring to my Windwalk spell?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, because that is something that can only be cast once because it's my only level 6 spell.
Correct.
Yes,
And I already have that marked off. Is
That's because
you already did it.
That's because you passed it already last
enchanted-
session.
Yeah, you enchanted all of us so we could focus for a
And it
minute
lasts
to
8
turn into
hours.
mist and get away.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the part I was confused of because we had come out of it. We can go in and out of it at
Correct.
any point
Right.
during that 8 hour.
In
Okay,
8
I
hours,
wasn't
yeah.
sure if I
A
needed to
minute.
recast it.
No, it just
No, you're
takes a
good.
It
minute.
just takes a minute. Okay, cool. Thank you for the clarification. Rule committee.
I don't have time to kick it up with the committee.
That was what we had decided.
Just get a hold of Johnny Cockatrace. He'll help you.
Order!
Okay,
Order!
Diva. So we're going with an elemental, right?
Yes,
Let me
you'd
pull
already
up what
cast
an
the fire
elemental's
elemental.
strength is.
I thought
And
you
it-
already
and-
cast to.
And he'll have
hit the door,
advantage because
too.
he is immune to fire damage.
Yes. Okay, fire elemental. There we go.
We'll
A
call him
strength check? Ew. Gross.
That doesn't sound.
Aren't you
good.
like a barbarian or something?
I am a druid barbarian, yes, but
Okay, we can share the
my
large
fire-
strength.
But
It's-
I'm a
the other
dex
thing
build,
is
baby,
fire-
and the fire
is
elemental is not very strong, believe it or not.
So what happens
Yeah.
when you don't go with tropes? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I
Alright,
think
Coming to
Goshaw
find
just had a
time.
stroke, and
The
the,
fire
lack
elemental.
of blood made him think it was 1984.
The fire elemental has a strength
Are you
of
going to
10.
scream He-Man
No.
by the power of Grayskull?
Its strength is 10, so it gets nothing in addition to this. Just the advantage, but I do have some inspiration, so we'll see how this goes.
That you can use.
Well, I was gonna say I don't need it, but I might. I got a natural 19.
Oh, nice.
The DC was a 25.
Nice.
DC was a 36.
Unattainable.
Fuck you, old man. Fuck you,
Una-
old man.
Unattainium.
It was a time when the fires burnt all night. The door cracks, splits apart, and begins to collapse in on itself as the two of you feel the heat of metric mile pressure ton of lava beginning to shoot in your direction. For those of you near the edge of the flesh pit, and for Derek riding the worm, all of you feel your ears pop as the entire PSI of this area that you're in literally shifts due to this now imminent collapse of the interior of the volcano.
Oops.
Derek, give me... Well, you know what? Let's get some inspirational music going because this is...
Yeah.
No,
Put on the
no,
Kirk
that's-
music.
Oh yeah,
That's not great. It's going to be like
What's with this do stuff? Let's come on. Let's get
it's
some.
going to be
Let's get some
battle
brass bands
death
in there.
music.
Yeah.
And
No,
this is
because that's always
tavern
like,
bards.
the next election.
And you're all dying. I'll show your heads ripped off.
So, Derek, your passive is more than high enough. You get the sense
You're gonna
something
cry.
has
You're happy
happened.
about it.
You get the sense that their part of the plan has kicked off. With the sudden explosion of increase of pressure, your ears pop, and you even feel the worm kind of shift forward slightly from the concussion of the air pressure, kind of like bursting out from behind you. But
Derek was up. He'd made a tunnel, like trying to
He's-
get up and out of the way of the
Correct.
Last we
So-
had already finished it. I had sent the worm
Yeah.
up and away from the lava flow. I'm still down there in the tunnel because I was going to go over to where Gulsha and them are at.
right, so as you watch the
Oh, I didn't
worm,
think so. I thought you were with the worm.
no,
Yeah,
as
that
you kind of linger in the tunnel that it made for you, you watch as it tunnels away as best it can without destroying what's been created. But you can already feel the heat and the breeze of the pressure change as it's coming through the tunnel. And you kind of pull yourself up onto the edge, looking down in the flesh pit, up and over to your right, maybe 300 feet at the edge of your peripheral. You can see Kai, Apollo, and Gulsha lingering by that entry point that brought them to the edge of the flesh pit. You can see the tentacles down below thrashing and the great swarms of the undead faces looking up at where you guys are. But I do need you to make an athletics check to make sure that you can kind of hold on to the edge of the pit and pull yourself up before you decide to try to go join them.
Can I cast jump right now?
Jump only... Well, I mean,
Double
sure.
My jump distance.
That'll give you advantage. Absolutely.
All right. I don't need to concentrate on it either. It's just
No.
on me for 10 minutes. So cool. Yeah, cool. Athletics?
Yep.
All right.
You know, I don't know if long strider would help you at all.
Ooh, nat 20
Down.
for a total of
Down.
28.
Nice.
Down.
First nat 20 of the session of the new year, people.
Woo woo.
So with that, you
Blew it on
quickly
a
cast the
athletic
spell.
check.
You leap up to the edge, grab onto the edge, haul yourself up. Gulsha, Kai, and Apollo, give me perception checks. Arena and Valev, you guys, the two of you are now cloud form.
22.
And
Well,
you're
we're racing.
and you're racing through the tunnel that the worm has created, right?
Mhm.
Okay. You can stay ahead of it, but not at some great distance. This stuff is moving fast. I mean, it's
Faster than 300 feet.
probably near the edge of 300 feet. So you guys are roughly staying about 20 feet in front of it at this point. But in your shape, you know, it's not quite enough heat because as you're moving and it's following, you're not staying long enough to really get affected by the heat, but just barely. So the two of you are now racing along, trying to make your way towards the
Making
flesh
my way.
pit. Kai, Apollo, and Gulsha, what'd you get?
22.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I got a 16.
So Kai,
Kind
you're
of
still
fails
fixed.
something, might as well be that.
Yeah, Kai, you're still fixed on staring down at the pit and looking at all of this chaos down below. Apollo and Gulsha, you look over to see Derek has now pulled himself up to the edge and he's gradually beginning to make his way in your direction. Derek, go ahead and give me acrobatics just to make sure you don't flub it.
Don't fall.
You're muted.
Does a 18 get it?
Yeah, I put the DC at about a 15 because you're pretty. I mean, it's not exactly favored terrain, but it's not exactly terrain you're unfamiliar with.
FYI, I might be a ranger, but I'm not geared towards acrobatics. So
fair enough, but the terrain is
another
at least...
non-tropey person.
So you are now gradually making your way. You can see where Gulshan and Apollo are kind of waving you down. It's going to take you about 5, maybe 3 to 5 minutes to kind of get over there. You're kind of steadily making your way along the edge of the pit, finding footfalls and little edges of the cliff that you can just kind of leap from point to point. It takes you a few minutes to get there, but you manage to pull yourself up and up to the area that they are, and the four of you are now back together again. It's at that moment there's a tremor, and as this tremor kind of just waves out into this interior space that you're in, you watch now as debris is beginning to fall even more from up above. You watch as a huge granite chunk of rock just lands into the middle of the pit. You then see, since you're all kind of staring at that exit point where you're expecting the lava to come from, you then see 2 distortions or vapor-like clouds come out of it. Arena and Valev, from where you are, you can see where everybody else is looking down at the point that you just came out of.
All right, Gulshan, get ready. We're going to make a run for that flower.
And it's at that moment, there's an explosion of lava that comes out of the tube and crashes down towards the flesh pit. And suddenly there's this additional tremor and this psychic scream that kind of emanates out towards everybody. I need everybody to make intelligence saves, please.
I'm intelligent enough to cover my ears.
I'm
a
feeble mind is not on me anymore, right? I don't have I don't have a 1 as an intelligence anymore, or what?
No, all that I believe was taken care of through greater restoration, correct?
Okay.
26.
Wow.
I got an 18.
Intelligence check or save?
Intelligence save.
Oh, saving throw?
Oh,
is your thing saving throws or is it ability checks?
It's saving throws.
That's a lot better. That is a lot better. 25.
Plus 5. Oh, no, so that's it. That's different. Where's that?
18.
Aura of protection, aura of courage. No.
I'm flash of geniusing myself for 21.
I might have needed like a couple of flashes of genius if it was the check.
I'm at an 18. I don't know if that's good enough given the fact that these DCs are probably low 20s, high 30s sometimes.
You get plus 5 to all saving throws within 10 feet of me.
Oh.
Yes. 23.
Okay. Yeah, that would only work for Derek, Apollo, and Kai. If 11 Arena are too far. Arena, what'd you get for your intelligence save?
Okay.
You're muted, babe.
So then I have 26.
Babe, you were muted. We couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I got a sorry, I said I was rolling now. I got a dirty 20.
Okay. If you rolled a 19 or higher, you saved. And
don't forget, people have 19 temporary HP, just in case anybody doesn't have that on.
So if you saved, you take half of 64 points of psychic damage.
Yep.
So it'll be 32.
It is 32, yep.
As this psychic scream from this creature just emanates out and out and out and out, crashing through as this flesh pit is now reeling from this lava stream that's pouring directly into it. The tendrils become more frantic and they're flaying up and into the air. Now, with that, I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Of course we do.
Because now the tendrils are active and things are going to get a little bit hairy as you try to recover the essence of the weave. And then just go ahead and put your initiative in your name title so I can organize you that way.
Where's my thing at?
FYI, I'm not rolling for Dudley since he's not here. He's up in the tunnel where the worm's supposed to show up. So whatever happens there happens.
Fair enough.
I have to go check a client out. I'll be right back.
No worries.
Niche. There it is.
I got a
Why did
22.
he-
I think this is the best I've ever rolled for initiative in my life.
I know, right? I feel like the same way.
Well,
right
I mean, this character.
now. I got like over a 10.
Wait. When you get up every morning, Kai, you roll for initiative?
Don't we all?
Yep,
Absolutely.
everything. No. I do
Am I
not.
going to go to work today? Am I not?
I probably
It's a lot
should
of
and
these-
get up in the morning. I go to bed.
Gotta battle the day.
I go to work at 8 a.m. So I get up at like 8 in the morning.
You know, that voice is perfect for an artificer right there.
An artificer robot.
Is it?
Eat.
And as
It's good now.
I am Kai.
I am Kai, you will love me. I am an artificer of worth.
I put my brain inside of a robot.
I'm hoping mine is freaking high enough for.
That would be the one.
That's actually a good idea.
Kai would be the one for sure.
That'd be
I
cool.
mean,
huh?
Max basically did.
Make a massive construct and
Okay.
you put your brain in it,
Yeah, I
and like
probably would.
in a
Now-
fishbowl.
Uh-huh.
Remember, guys, we have to break the attunement to the flower before we can grab it.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's attuned to the flower.
Yeah,
How do we
that,
do
that? I'm
that,
not
re-
attuned
that
to it
requires
anymore.
killing it
Jason, that looks amazing.
Man,
Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
it's okay.
Wow.
or spending an
Woohoo.
hour breaking the attunement by ourselves by attuning to it.
as we
Spending an
get
hour.
pummeled to death.
I don't know. Do we have an hour?
I was gonna say it's gonna take me in Arena a minute to untransform. So y'all enjoy this 10 round of combat
Well-
while Arena and I are just gas.
Sorry,
no.
guys.
We'll say that
Yeah,
you guys
uh-huh.
we're gonna say you guys timed it. So
Yes.
we're gonna at the start of the
timed it.
initiative.
So that once they're done fighting is when we come
We
out of
did.
gas.
I mean,
Timed it perfectly.
I mean, once they're done
Do it
dying.
perfect.
You got it.
No, it's not
Can
a
I just
precise.
say this is a disgusting looking creature?
It's not
So
a
awesome.
it's not as precise as I have it in my mind, but I wanted to have some kind of representation to allow everyone to kind of do the calculus.
What? Do
Of
the
the event.
tentacles like split open and have teeth in them? Would that?
Sort
Each
of.
one of those little suction cups has its own razor sharp,
God.
like
Once again, don't give him any ideas, okay?
I'm guessing
hating
Kai, your
that.
dex
I'm
is
hating all
higher
of
than
that.
Gulsha. Derek, you didn't type in your
Yeah, I guess
initiative, so I
so.
don't know what your initiative
Derek
is.
is 16.
Oh, I put it in the chat. Did you see it in the
Yeah,
chat?
but put it in your. No, I said put it in your character tag,
Your
your
name.
Oh, okay.
your name tag, so that way I can organize you off to the right.
Edit name.
Yeah, my dex is +2.
He's
so
in
I
the
have a
right
+2
spot.
to my initiative, and I rolled a 17. So, yep.
Arena just needs
I
to
have
go
a
up.
I mean,
all
what's
the
your
time.
actual dex?
+2.
No,
It's
your
14.
actual- 14. Yeah, you are one higher than me, so she would go
14,
before
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
There we go. Got everybody organized.
Nailed it.
Apollo, we're at the top of the round. You are up first. Since I'm going to treat the flesh pit like a lair, so its initiative is a default 20. So Apollo, you're up first with Arena on deck, but she's not there right now. So just in case, Kai, we'll put you on deck, and then we'll have Arena go after you in case she's
Okay.
not back in time. So Apollo, you are up with Kai on deck.
All right. So Apollo's going to go ahead and, as a bonus action, rage.
Was that you raging? That sounded like a little keep me out.
Yeah, as he pours out his card. Sorry, cat. As he pours out his javelin. It's time. It's time to freaking kill something that's not die. And he's just recklessly, first card, throw this thing. Oh wait, never mind. He's gonna throw this thing. We're just trying to kill the tentacles, right? There's not an extra thing I'm missing here over here.
I mean, right now that's the only threat that you can see.
Okay, I was like,
the main pit is now veiled in smoke and fog from the lava that's kind of like pouring into it. And the original plan, was to retrieve the crystalline flower from the center of the pit. That was the original plan. That is currently hovering at about 100 feet in distance.
Okay.
And Goldshot's going to fly over and get it, hopefully.
But didn't Arena say we have to like
unattune
it or
that
something?
Is the flower right there?
Yeah, as far
Probably
as you know,
dispel
there's
magic
some
to do
kind
that.
of like ritual you have to perform to unattune it and strip it away from the flesh pit so you could take it out of the cavern.
Okay. So I can't just throw my spear at it and hope my spear comes back with it.
Yeah, that would be some strange hope, my friend.
Please don't do that. And there's no magic in the world forever. Okay, end again.
So, how far away is all these little pillars over here?
The pillars are the one directly in front of you is about 40 feet away. The one off to your left is about 45 feet, and the rest are kind of like deeper into the pit, maybe 120, 130 feet.
So if I ran past, I think that is Kai, I could jump onto him.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to try to jump on it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and try that.
Okay. Give me
Jason got
acrobatics.
so excited when you said that. He was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
yeah, you. That's something that you want to do? Oh my
You
gosh!
can do whatever you want.
I wasn't even
yeah.
prepped for this. I didn't think anybody would go near them. Yes.
Can I do athletics instead of acrobatics?
You can do acrobatics.
Damn. I got
Jason's like, you can listen to what the fuck I was saying to you. How about that?
As you leap across over to the pillar, go ahead and give me a dex save or a strength save to see if you could cling on to it as you fall a little bit short and you're now beginning to fall into the pit. So I'm going to give you a strength save to try to grab onto the edge of the pillar.
That is a 24 with his. Am I within 30 feet of Goshaw or no?
He is dead. Oh, there he is.
So that'll put you right down there at the base of the pillar. Gulshaw, well, so what's your jump distance? 40 feet? 50 feet?
I have a strength of 20, so I don't know.
That's not a real answer, but we'll let it go. We'll say that you. We'll say
strength, right?
So take 12 points of bludgeoning damage halved, as you're kind of doing that thing where you're like, oh, I got this. Oh shit, no, I don't got this, and you fall short and you slam into the base of the lower section of the pillar, and boom, you kind of bounce off the pillar. And you smack your forehead. That's your move. You still have your action.
Was that Apollo?
Well, at least if I miss, I know I took damage. So I won't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with a failed strength save, you're definitely going to take a little falling damage.
So I'm not going to lose my rage if I miss. I'm going to go ahead and attack this fall right tentacle.
Okay, go for it. Roll the hit.
Don't die. Apollo,
I will try.
Don't die.
I will try my hardest.
Don't die.
22.
22 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right. Let's get that. That is 12 plus sneak attack, which is 36. So.
Oh, I'm next. What
24. And then I am going to Waves from the Grave, and the one right next to it gets 2d6 extra damage. I think they need to make a save. Let me make sure.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, Arena, you're up next, and then Kai will be on deck.
Are we still clouds?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Right at the beginning of initiative, you guys had completed your concentration, and you, Valev, are back into your form at the edge of the other side of the pit.
Okay.
No, they immediately take 2d6 damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
That is 9 points of damage.
Okay, nice. You guys watch as Apollo leaps, falls short, slams into the base of the column, but manages to cling on to the edge of it. He's got one hand on it, and he throws the spear at one of the tentacles. It lances into it, and there's an explosion of arcane light as the lightning crashes into it.
Oh, I didn't do the lightning. I just did the regular.
You just did the regular spear?
Yeah.
The spear drives through it, comes back into his hand. It definitely took the damage. Meanwhile, for you, Apollo, you can see where the lava's pouring into the pit, and it's beginning to fill, but you get the feeling you do have some time. But the tentacles now are thrashing. They're frantic. They're moving back and forth with a kind of angst and this psychic revulsion kind of emanating up from them as well. That will finish your turn. Arena, you are up with the pit on deck.
Yeah, as Apollo looks down, he's like, oh, fuck. I shouldn't have done this.
And Arena, you would be over here.
Okay, and it's the creature's undead ish.
No, the creature is definitely fiendish.
Fiendish. Okay.
And that was figured out during last session before we took break, like almost 4 weeks ago. You guys had figured that out when you were hatching your plan.
Not undead. Can you imagine? Animate dead. Oh my gosh, you are now mine. Ha ha ha. Sorry.
I can actually bring one person back from bed.
Just a little dribble.
I can help out.
Right there.
Just a little dribble out of the corner of her mouth.
No, anyway. Crap. I don't know because I wasn't looking at my spell. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, so the floating crystal is the flower, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And it's a crystal, but just in the shape of the essence flower, which is
right.
crystalline weave flower.
Yeah, they just probably finding a I am going to. And is there a dome around it or anything?
What do you mean?
Is there like a protective dome around it, a force field or anything? It's not got anything like that around it?
You can use your action to investigate it.
No, it's too far away. All right. I really don't want to go into that pit that's now filling up with lava. The pit's filling up with lava, right?
Yeah, it is. But I mean, off to your left and slightly down below, you can see where the lava tube is like ejecting the magma into the flesh pit. The heat coming from it's pretty intense, but it's, this is a large space. It's going to take some while, but whatever this creature is, it's already immediately taking the damage and reacting to the fact that lava's pouring into it.
So it's really not liking fire.
It's definitely not liking fire.
It's really not liking fire. Okay. So we're going to try Firestorm. Yeah.
Nice.
Try Firestorm. A storm made up of sheets of roaring flame appear in a location you choose within range. The area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the other, to another cube. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. And then it takes damage.
Okay. So dex save.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a spell.
And because of what it is, it's going to have disadvantage. Jesus, I rolled a 19 and an 18 with no bonuses. So it's an 18.
Well, an 18 makes it.
Okay.
So it takes half.
Okay.
of 7d10.
Okay. Go for it.
I have to pull out 7d10.
I was gonna ask if you were just gonna roll it in D&D Beyond, but then I remembered who I was gonna ask.
The dice goblin.
You don't think I have 7d10?
You were-
I absolutely. That's why I didn't ask.
Yeah.
I just mentioned it to kill some time while you count out all of the damage.
7. Okay, 7d10. Ooh, there are some high numbers in there. Okay, that's a 10, and that's a 10, and that's a 9. So that's 29,
Amazing.
and that's 29 and 11. So that's 30, 40.
Yep.
And then 8 and 5 is
13.
13. So 53, half of 53.
So that would be 26.
Arena, do you feel like the Shaw?
Great job.
You guys watch as Arena just and you watch as this firestorm rains down into the pit, crashing into a couple of the larger tentacles, and the firestorm kind of like sticks to the flesh, and you watch as it kind of momentarily bursts into flame, and charred flesh and skin kind of drape off one of the tentacles. With that, anything else you want to do?
I don't have bonus action spells, so no.
Okay. That will finish your turn. The flesh pit will go next. I need everybody to make a strength save, please.
Oh boy.
Question, Jason. When we watched it take damage, would we be able to tell if it looked like these because you said they were more amorphous. They didn't necessarily seem like creature tentacles. There were these fleshy things.
Right.
Did it seem to us possibly like they are all connected to one thing, or that they're their own individual entities?
I will say between the prep that you guys did last time and watching how you took the psychic effect of its scream, you get the feeling this is one creature. In fact,
I'm next to Gulshaw still, right? So
yes, you are.
Yeah, it's just Derek and I
Awesome.
that aren't. I mean, sorry, Valev and I that aren't.
And Apollo, I think, is possibly too far away.
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
Apollo
believe
pushed
I
down.
am. I think I'm like 40 something feet. I'm just
40,
out of range.
yeah.
Okay, starting from the top. Apollo, what did you get for your strength save?
I got a 19.
19. That will fail. You are currently being held by a tentacle as you are grappled. Arena, what'd you get?
I failed.
You are being held by a tentacle as well.
Ooh, we get some hentai in here.
You
Oh,
know,
no.
if it was from anybody but you, Derek, it wouldn't have been that awkward.
Do you just want to ask if anyone saved?
Yeah. Did anyone save?
We just wanted to just find out if anybody saved. We could.
No,
No.
I'm good.
Everybody
at this
higher
because
than
I
19.
gotta move you anyway. So,
He's like, no,
Um,
going down the line is more dramatic this way.
yep. Kai, what'd you
It
get?
is. Dirty 20.
That is the DC. You saved. Gulshaw, what'd you get?
Oh, thank God.
Gulshaw, what'd you get? You're Gulshaw. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Grab me with a tentacle.
Oh, really?
No.
Me with the tentacle.
Oh, no.
I am
I love how Kai's the
genuinely-
only one who
Oh.
saved.
I know, she's probably like the weakest one out of the group too.
I have a -1 on mine. I rolled an 11, but I have a flash of genius.
Valev, what did you
and
get?
+5 from Gulshaw.
It was impossible, just so you know, for me to actually get that. I'd have to roll a natural 20, and I'd still end up with a 19. So,
Oh, no.
Well, that was easy.
He's like,
I have a
Oh,
negative one.
man.
For my,
Yeah,
my
did
strength.
anybody add the
So
plus
do
5
I.
for those standing next to Gulshaw?
Kai did.
Kai.
I did.
All right,
And
good,
I
good.
flash of genius myself, too.
I got a 23
Because I
thanks
knew
to
I needed
Gulshaw.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
the-
So,
I
I
would
can't
have-
make my own saves, but I'm glad I can help other people make their saves.
I would have been tentacle
you.
had I not got Gulshaw's plus 5.
So those of you that are grappled, you take 31 points of
Wait.
force damage.
No, it's not grappled. It's tentacled, according to Derek.
Is it magic force damage or just force damage?
Tentacle.
You said 31.
It's physical force damage, so
Okay,
it'd be
31.
equivalent to bludgeoning damage.
31. So half
you
of
say
that.
31?
15.
Okay.
If you're resistant to it.
Yeah.
You guys
I am
need to start
resistant
thinking
to
about-
all
However-
types of damage.
However, Apollo, Golsha, Arena, and Velev are currently grappled and restrained. So keep that in mind.
It
Does
is 16, right?
Black dragon armor that Derek and I have protect us from non-magical damage? Is it?
I don't
does
know.
it
What
give us
was the stats that I gave you for it?
I never got the stats for that armor.
Well, you're currently grappled, so
There's your stats.
I didn't ask.
I'm pretty sure I gave you the stats. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I gave you the stats, bro.
You gave Derek.
This is it. It's basically it grants us protection from acid and resistance to acid. The armor is 18.
Guys,
Advantage on being knocked prone. That's it.
We need to invest in an oil of slipperiness for the group.
And that will finish the Flesh Pit's turn. Kai, you are up with Golsha on deck.
Oh my god. Okay, sorry guys, but I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen to me again. So I've got to do something. I'm gonna do spider climb on myself and climb up the wall behind me or wherever. So I'm up like 30 feet or whatever above them, above where I am. I want to be out of reach of the tentacles.
Give me
Good call.
what's your passive intel or what's your passive perception?
Perception is passive perception is 17.
17. Gauging the way the tentacles
My
shot out.
passive investigation is 26.
So gauging on the way the tentacles shot out at the others, you figure these tentacles have a range of 120 feet.
Oh, geez.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to be out of range.
Out of tentacle range. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get
well,
tentacled.
I'm still trying.
that's-
I'm using
I'm
spider
just-
climb anyway. I'm still
It's not
trying.
grappled now. It's tentacled. You're going to get
Yeah,
tentacled.
it's tentacled. Yep.
It's
I'm
totally
gonna try
tentacled.
not to. I'm gonna.
All right,
keep
anything else
trying
you wanna
not
do?
No, that's all I can do. It's a
Okay,
That's all.
Golsha, you're up
Yeah.
with Velev on deck.
Help, I can't move. Next. Oh, can I try to break it or what?
Still fight.
Yeah,
break your
absolutely.
Can I cast a spell or?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're basically your move is 0.
Okay, so just my movement.
Yeah.
Okay, well I attack it.
Go for it.
Fight that motherfucker.
I do think you have disadvantage on your attacks though.
Grappled?
okay.
I don't believe so.
Well, yeah, but you're grappled and restrained.
Oh.
Well, if he's restrained, you can't attack
You
at all.
didn't say that.
Yeah, I can't attack at all if I'm restrained.
Hold on, let me double check.
Don't I have to break the restraint or get a strength save or something?
I mean, because you are grappled and
You have
restrained.
disadvantage on your attacks.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage.
Correct. Right.
The
So you're
creature has
grappled. You're
disadvantage on
grappled, which
dexterity.
means you're 0 move. The restrained effect of the grapple just gives you disadvantage on your attack, and then it will have advantages on its attack, which is basically the crushing damage it's trying to do to you. If you want to break out of the grapple, you can make an athletics check. It's totally up to you.
What, and fall into lava? No thanks.
Well, no, you could with that
I know.
athletics check. If it's high enough, you can hold on to the tentacle.
Okay. Well, I'll
and
get
then
it.
keep attacking.
Now what you
All right,
do
let me
is
see
you
if I
Do
grapple.
a full reverse and just get it into a tentacle bar? No, I don't.
So an 18, I'm sure doesn't make it.
What'd you get?
18.
18 will just succeed. It's a DC 18 to break the hold of it.
Ah!
And I'll say that's your strength is high enough that you're no longer grappled by it, but you're kind of clinging on to the tentacle and holding on. But now you're free of the restrained effect as your action.
Okay.
You still have your bonus action in your move.
Could I use the bonus action to get my carpet, and then my move to move on my carpet and get out of the way of the tentacles? And over
Yeah,
to
I'm
the...
okay with that.
Okay.
Carpet. Yep.
And I'll get
Good
over
idea.
to the flower.
And as you go to move, it is going to take an attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
That is a 32.
That'll be a miss. I'm
Oh.
just kidding. A hit.
And that will be 35 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right,
As
so
it does, I'm going to use my reaction
15,
to
6,
make
17.
it take some damage as well.
Okay.
Okay? So Gulsha, you hop on the carpet, you fly over to where the crystalline flower is, and that will finish your turn.
Okay.
Valev, you are up. You are currently grappled and restrained in one of the tentacles.
Cool. I feel like I start every turn with this. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
My fire elemental that broke down and opened the door, would you say that through the lava got pushed and is now at the bottom of this pit because the lava was flowing out? Would it have pushed it out through the tunnel and it's now...
No, the force
at
of
the
the
base?
PSI implosion just decimated the elemental.
It's... Oh, okay.
It's not about it being fire immune. It's the kinetic force of... Remember, lava has mass. So when that lava came exploding through, it just absorbed the essence of the elemental. And that was the one you summoned from your shield, correct?
So it says it has damage resistances to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Right, but this is
Because you're
lava.
saying that the PSI is like
Yeah,
the pressure,
like the force
like
of the
force
collapse.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would that be like bludgeoning?
No, it's force damage.
I don't know what the difference between that is.
Force damage is usually described as a magical effect or a force effect of explosion.
Oh, I
like
thought
an
force
explosion
was...
damage.
Yeah, pretty much explosion.
Like
versus,
concussion damage.
you get hit
Yeah.
by a rock.
Like if a spiritual weapon hits you, it hits you with force damage. If
Cool.
thunderclap or whatever that one is hits you, it's usually force damage.
It's like a shockwave.
Very
If you
Force would
get
be like a
hit by
shockwave type
a
damage.
stick,
A
it's
hammer.
bludgeoning.
Yeah,
makes
stick, a
sense.
rock, it's all bludgeoning.
Yeah. Cool.
Blunt force trauma.
Because
to the
fire
skull.
elemental's got over 100 hit points. Well, that changes pretty much
Good
everything
cast
that I was
mine,
going to do. Cool. All right, so I guess the only options here, because we're grappled and restrained, and you said attacks are at disadvantage.
Correct. So your move is 0 and your attacks are at disadvantage. Attacks on you are with advantage.
Question for that. It just says attacks against the creature. Does it say all attacks are? Like if you did a ranged attack, would it be with a disadvantage still or no?
Any attack.
Okay.
because you're grappled.
Because you're grappled and restrained. So range and melee if there's an exclusion to the rule, it'll say specifically melee or ranged. If it just says attacks, it means any attacks. Spell attacks, ranged attack, and melee attack. All right, disadvantage.
Cool.
And you would have to have the sniper feat to really even be able to use and avoid the penalty of a point-blank shot into the creature while grappled.
Oh no, I was talking about
I
a
wouldn't shoot
different
the one
creature.
I'm being held by. I'd shoot one that's further away.
Yeah, I was
That
talking
would
about
make
a different one.
Yeah, even a different... Because even though you're engaged with the tentacles, this is technically a single creature, like a single monstrosity.
So
Okay.
I have no way of being out of base with it.
Well, no, the tentacle... So, okay, I realize this is getting confusing for everyone.
Like if I'm on a ledge, I'll be out
the-
of range.
Yeah, the tentacles are an effect. Okay?
Okay.
The creature is extending its tentacles as its lair effect, right?
Cool.
But if you move out of base with the tentacles, it still gets an attack of opportunity because of the way the creature exists within the space.
Got it. Alrighty.
So treat each tentacle as an individual creature.
Essentially.
Sort of. Yes.
Pretty much.
All right. I will attempt to break this grapple.
Okay. Give me.
Is it, or am I attempting to break the restraint?
It's one and the same. It's the same thing.
Got it. So a
Athletics
check. 21.
That'll definitely do it.
Sorry. Yeah, plus 5, 21.
Okay. So you're good. You're out of the restraint effect, and you're currently holding on to the tentacle that is no longer wrapped around you.
Beautiful. Approximately how far am I from a ledge?
I would say your nearest ledge puts you about 20 feet.
20 feet? Cool. Yep. And let me see what this spell is. This a bonus action? No, that is an action. With a strength of -1, how would I calculate my jump distance?
You could reach 20 feet. You'd be fine.
Reach 20 feet. Okay, I will go ahead and try and leap to the ledge.
Okay. Go ahead and give me acrobatics.
Okay. For my movement. Ooh. 18.
18 will do it. You managed to make it to... Gotta raise you a bit. You managed to make it to the ledge. However, it will get an attack of opportunity at you.
Yep.
Because it does not suffer from a limitation on reactions.
Nice.
That is a
the legendary
15
reaction.
plus 13, 28 to hit.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is 12.
Plus 13. Oh my
Plus-
god.
No, plus 15 to hit. So that's 29 points of bludgeoning damage.
Because you said 15 plus 13.
That's because
So
I rolled a
is-
13.
Gotcha.
Is it just regular bludgeoning?
Just regular bludgeoning damage.
25?
25 points of
25
bludgeoning damage. Correct.
Got it.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
Nope. Don't have any bonus actions.
Okay. That'll finish your turn. Derek, you are up.
Cool. I'm gonna drink the. Sorry if you hear my uncle in the background. I am going to drink the potion of flying that Kai gave me going on what is it, 6 weeks ago? Yeah.
Oh, now you're just
Amazing.
being dramatic.
Yeah, something like that.
It was before we went on break, though.
Yeah. So that gives
Right.
me a 10-foot
It
flying speed for 10 minutes. And Kai, I believe it gives me temporary HP at 15.
Yeah, it gives you 2d6 plus 5 temp HP.
So since you drank it, go ahead and do 2d6 plus 5.
Okay. That'll be 12. Okay.
So that's your bonus action to take the potion. You have your move and your action.
All right. Since I can fly, even though it's only 10 feet, I don't have to worry about falling. So I'll try and get a different position, and I'll shoot one of the tentacles. Is anybody being grappled right now?
Apollo is, and Arena is. You watched as Gulsha escaped and Valev escaped.
Cool. I'll shoot Gulsha's tentacle.
No, I'm not in a tentacle.
Oh, I mean, Arena's tentacle.
Arena's tentacle. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right, let's go.
Woohoo, that tickles.
Oh wait, hold on. Inventory. No, features plus 12. Okay. Okay, that is 26 for the first one.
26 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool.
It's good that it's 26 will hit.
For 10 piercing.
Okay.
Magical from White Hawk. And a 22.
That'll hit as well.
All right. I don't know why I keep grabbing. I'm so used to Dougley, I keep grabbing 2d6. I'm like, I don't do that much damage. Dougley does that much damage.
Ooh, we see Apollo's face.
Good.
Or at least the
7,
reflection of his screen in his glasses.
6,
That's true.
13.
I am currently looking for his routers because his internet went out.
So that's 13 damage on that second hit.
Quiet ghost.
That wasn't Ghost.
Don't forget to put your initiative
He's
in your tag when you get a chance, Apollo.
Kai, did you give anybody those last elixirs? I was looking back in our chat from December 17th. Did you give anyone the elixirs of healing and resistance?
I did.
Spray?
I don't have anybody noted down for those, so
Okay.
no. So anybody who wants to have one can say they've taken one because they were up for grabs. Nobody just said.
Oh, I'll
So-
probably ask you to do some cool toss in midair and catch it and drink it while I'm falling to my death, and then poof, turn into an eagle or something dramatic.
Well, I
That
don't
sounds
have
like
one of
fun.
those.
That sounds like Ches, that not Valev. It does
Yeah.
sound like Valev. It does. Yeah, actually.
Well, I don't have that one. Sorry.
That's okay. I could do that myself.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Derek?
Yeah, I guess I'll sort of using my limited flight and my movement speed, I'll sort of scale the wall, kind of like a running on it kind of style. So I'm
Which
sort
direction?
I'm sort of cheating the system
Apollo, mute yourself.
here. Probably away from any tentacles that might want to grab me, but definitely, yeah, I'm good with it going that way.
Okay.
Just trying to spread out.
All right, fair
So we're not all
enough. That'll
bunched up.
finish your turn.
Oh yeah, because I can have 3 elixirs at a time now. I forgot that.
All right, that'll put us at the top of the second round. Apollo is on. Apollo, it is your turn with Arena on deck. Although I'm not sure if Tusk is ready. So, Arena, why don't you go ahead and go?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he
Can you
is.
hear me? Yeah, I was
Yep.
muted. Sorry.
Yep.
I just got his internet back on, so just a second. All right. So I'm going to attack the one that is grappling me.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack with disadvantage. But you
We'll
are
just do it
raging.
regularly.
So
I'll just do
you're.
it regularly because I'm reckless attacking.
Yep, sounds good.
That is a 19 to hit.
19 will just miss. Oh,
Okay.
no, I'm sorry. 18 hits. 19 hits.
So, yeah, all right. Then I will go ahead and try and attack again. I'll do my damage real quick.
Okay, go for it.
9, and then I don't do that. That's 9. Yeah, that's 9 damage to it. That one, and I'm going to do my Wells of Graves from the grave, doing extra 2d6 necrotic damage to the one right next to me.
Okay, go for it.
That is another 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And this attack again. My second attack.
Apollo
That's
does
another
necrotic
19 to
damage.
hit.
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is really 9 damage.
Okay.
And As a bonus action, I'm gonna dodge. So
Okay.
he'll attack with regular instead of advantage.
Okay, good to know. That will finish your turn. Arena, you are up, and then the pit is on deck.
Can you dodge while you're grappled? Okay, I am going to cast. I'm not muted, right? Yeah, I'm not muted. Vampiric Touch
Okay.
at 4th level.
Save on that.
I don't. No, it's to hit.
Okay, roll. With disadvantage because you are grappled.
Okay. Does an 18 hit?
18 just hits. That's its armor class.
Okay.
And it is a big monstrosity, so I mean, it's tough, but it ain't that tough.
It's a fiend?
It is a fiend.
Okay.
What are you doing? My dog is being insane. Okay, so it's 4d6.
Okay.
And then I get half of it back. Yes. Six, 10, 18.
Okay.
So
18
I
points of necrotic, and then you get 9 points back.
yes, and it
Okay.
is concentration up to a minute. So
Okay.
I don't think I have to, as long as I don't lose concentration, I can keep hitting it with that every turn without recasting the spell, right?
Right. It's like Witch Bolt.
Okay. All right, and then I get 9 points back.
And we are treating it as each tentacle is a different thing. So the one that I have has disadvantage on everybody else, but not any of the other tentacles. Correct?
Correct.
All right.
All right. That'll finish your turn, Arena.
Yeah, I'm still kind of. It's not a bonus action to try and get out, right?
No, it's an action to break a restraint.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So the flesh pit is going to go, and it will pull Apollo down. It will also pull Arena down. Both
Oh, no.
Apollo and Arena, you take 65 points of crushing damage.
Oh, that loses my concentration.
Ouch.
Yeesh.
Didn't you have to roll to see if you're
You said crushing damage. Is that force or is that bludgeoning?
Force.
Okay.
As both tentacles pull you down deeper into the pit. Let's see.
I did not roll a 20, so I do not maintain concentration.
Left, there are 2 attacks coming at you. A 34 and a 32.
Who? Me?
No, Valev.
Oh, Valev.
Yeah, I didn't hear. I thought you said me too. I was like, huh?
I said there are
All
2
right.
attacks coming at Valev. Neither
Oh,
one of
I
those.
did not hear that at Valev part.
I know. I was like, wait, who?
Check him
what
at
were the
Valev.
attack to hit? I'm sorry.
32 and a 34.
Why the fuck are you always...
Yeah. They both missed. If he asks, they both miss.
For a total of 46 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hey, Jason, have I said fuck you today yet?
You just did.
I have.
46
there.
total?
Yeah, 46 total. Gulshaw, there's one
I just
attack
got
coming.
63.
Gulshaw, there's one attack coming at you with disadvantage because it was affected by Apollo.
Hmm.
That is a 3 plus 15, 18. That will miss. And then I've got one attack coming at Kai and one attack coming at Derek. Derek, Jesus, that's a 34, and then Kai, that is a 24.
Dang, yep, hits.
So Derek, you take 12 plus 15, 27 points of bludgeoning. Kai, you take 11 plus 15, 26 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's a good thing I have that temporary HP.
Yes, thank
Then,
goodness. That helps.
Yeah, we are totally gonna die, guys.
then the lair effect is I need everyone to make an intelligence save, please.
Yeesh, I am not liking these intelligence. Ah, yay! Not 20. 26.
Okay,
Nat 19, 24.
nice.
21.
I got a 35.
Got
Okay.
an 18.
Okay.
I'm not an intelligent kind of guy.
So if
Oh,
you
wait.
roll
We have
a
plus 5 to the
19 or
spell.
higher, you will save.
Dirty 20 with Flash of Genius.
Okay.
And only
God
take
dang.
49
I can even
points.
save by rolling a freaking 4. So that's
If you
pretty
roll a
good.
19 or
I love
higher,
it.
you are not stunned by the psychic blast.
Oh, cool.
As the
I see.
creature roars
Nice.
out this just ear-piercing scream. So, Derek, I think you're the only one stunned, correct?
Yep.
Good to know. You are now blue. That will finish the pit's turn. Gulshaw, Kai, you are up with Gulshaw on deck.
How'd that happen?
Okay.
Because Apollo
Whew.
dropped out.
So-
So.
Oh, gotcha.
Alrighty. So I'm going to firebolt at the closest one.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's I think it's the one that's got Apollo. Is that who it's holding? I want to hit that sucker.
Okay. Go for it.
And
What's the
that
range
is
on
a
Firebolt?
25.
What's
It's
the range on?
120 feet.
You are 30 feet up, and Apollo's 100 feet away. So you'd have to move a little bit closer.
I'll move closer. That's fine. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move a
I'll
little
bring you
closer so I can get in
down.
range.
Yep. Okay. 25 will hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All righty. $32 fire damage.
Nice. Ah. How the hell?
I
did
haven't
do
used
that?
Firebolt in a while. 4d10, man, that's nice. Bonus action. Let's see if I could do. I don't know who is close.
Sorry, guys.
to
I lost my
me.
pen. Give me 1 minute. I don't know where. it
Uh
went.
oh.
For fuck's sake.
What'd you lose?
His pin.
That's what you get for trying to kill your party.
I rolled all the way to the center of the table.
That's what you get for trying to kill your party.
What'd you get damage wise again, Kai? 32?
It was 32. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
Shoot. I do not have anything. Okay, bonus action. I'm going to just cast a healing word on, let's see, poor Apollo's down there. So, or no, he's 60 feet away. Is Derek close enough to me? 60 feet away?
Yeah, Derek is close.
I can move a little bit more still. Yeah, he probably needs some healing. So I'm going to throw a second level healing word his way.
Actually, surprisingly, I'm not that far down, but it's appreciated. Thank you.
It's still, yeah, might as well keep you up since you're
That's
close
totally
enough.
arena
That's
that's
10.
like really low.
10, that makes it 15 for you.
All right. Cool.
I'm like,
It's
you're
time
the
for
closest,
Apollo
you
to
get
run.
it. And
Let us
that
practice
is all
it.
I'm going to do.
All right, that'll finish your turn.
That'll finish it.
All right, Gulshaw, you are up.
Where am I at on here? Oh, there I am. And then Arena is right there, and then he's right there. Okay. I cast Banishment.
Okay.
Charisma 19 save.
I rolled a 15, so I will use its legendary resistance to resist banishment.
Does it have more than one?
How many
Does it have
times can
more
you
than
do
one?
that,
How many
Golshaw?
times can you do that?
My one time.
Cool.
Hey,
That's your action. You still have a move and a bonus action.
Anybody else got banishment?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, a couple more times.
I can bring one person back to life if you die, though.
But if I banish it while it's holding me, I fall into lava.
Yeah, but I could use my
Yeah.
movement to fly. I could wait and use my movement later and fly down and get you.
Lava will kill me right now.
I will fly over by Arena. I'll get by Arena.
Where's your carpet when we need it?
He's on
Are
his
you attempting to grab the flower
He's
yet?
on it.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't you say that there has to be some ritual first?
Well, I mean, it was
grab it?
described that you'll have to figure out what to do once you go to grab the flower to break the attunement from the pit. No one's tried to grab it yet, so you don't really know what it is.
Okay, I'll try to grab it.
Okay. Bonus action, grab it. Go ahead and give me a strength, athletics.
I'm glad you're doing this. 'Cause
Give
you
me an
got
athletics
the-
check, please.
probably going to be
An
charisma.
athletics check?
Yep.
Okay, great. I'm good at athletics then. So 15. 23.
Okay. As you grab onto it, give me a Constitution save.
Oh, Constitution.
Here I go. Now I'm going to die.
Don't die.
Constitution save is going to be... where's my con? 23.
Nice. That'll save. Take half of 46 points of psychic damage as you grab onto the
23. Okay.
the crystalline flower. You begin to realize that it's directly integrated into the creature's kind of existence. As you grab onto it and rip it out of the air so that you can hold on to it, you get the sense that action alone just dealt a great deal of harm to the creature. You watch as all the tentacles flail, and as you do, you watch as both Apollo and Arena are no longer restrained. They're merely holding on to the very edge of the tentacles that they are near. However, Arena and Apollo, I need you to make strength saves, please.
Okay. Golshaw is not within 5 feet
What
of me,
the
or 10 feet
fuck?
of me, is he? Oh, but I got a 19. DC is going to be a 20. Watch. Of course, DC is going to be a 20.
I failed. I got a 14.
So,
Unless
Arena, you
because
will. The
you
DC
would-
was a 19, so you'll hang on.
Okay.
Apollo, you continue to plummet directly, and they lose sight of you as you disappear down into the pit. And
Do
you
not die,
slam
Apollo.
as you
I'm
slam
trying not to.
as you fall the last of the 30 feet down into the pit. Go ahead and give me dex save to try to avoid bludgeoning or falling damage.
He's still rushing, right?
And I already
If you're
used
raging,
my
then you're going to
reaction
get
on
half
this
damage and
turn,
half
so
damage.
Well, bludgeoning, yes.
I
But
can't help.
anything, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing, yes. But if it's like fire or something else, or force,
He's talking about
Just-
falling.
oh, yeah.
Just roll.
Roll your
24
dice.
is my dex save.
Okay, so you'll take half of 21 points of falling damage, halved again because you are raging. So take 5 points of falling damage. And you kind of do the hero point landing, but as you land, there's a huge amount of heat coming at you from off to the right. There are swarms of undead creatures that are now coming in your direction. And you feel like you're walking on some strange kind of like fleshy, mucousy type of terrain.
Oh, gross.
So
Ew,
at this point,
ew,
Golshaw, it was your
Golshaw,
bonus
use
action
your
to tear the
movement.
psychic restraint of the flower away. You currently have the crystal flower in and on the flying carpet. That was your bonus action, so you still have your move.
I'll move down to Arena.
Okay.
And get her on the carpet.
Arena, you can use your reaction to step onto the carpet if you want to.
Heck yeah. I don't
Okay.
want to be on this tentacle shit.
So the two of you are now on the flying carpet.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh, I meant to have this ready for you. Just give me 1 second because this is going to be totally cool.
I don't think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be very, very
Pretty
bad.
cool for the DM because like I got a new monster I get to use. Look what
Right?
comes out at you. No. No.
Wait, I think it might be up in.
Oh, is there a flying carpet?
There will be shortly.
Hey,
Sweet.
share.
Daddy likey.
Trying
Get
to.
a flying
I
carpet.
thought it was in miscellaneous interior. I wanted to put it out there for you guys because it would help me kind of like be able to know
Understand
where.
what's
Yeah,
going
like
on,
give it some
yeah.
depth and.
I thought I saw something look like a carpet.
Yeah, but it's been a while since I've been in Tailspire, and
Don't they have a lookup? You can just type in carpet and it'll pop
I
up.
wish.
Oh.
There it is. So the
How
cool
the
thing
heck-
is,
Whoa.
so I
What
can
is
do
that?
that, right? And then I can tab it, click.
You tabbed
Oops.
something else.
Then I can come here, like that, click on it, and then tab out, right click, fly.
Oh, sweet. There's like 3 carpets there. On a magic carpet ride.
Oh, sweet.
You don't know where. Why don't you tell your dreams to me? Fantasy can set you free. Okay.
There you go, you guys. So that'll finish your turn, Golsha.
All right.
Valev, you are up with Derek on deck.
All right. So, question. No.
You realize you actually do start off every combat encounter
With a question.
with a question.
Yeah, and I realized that I have a lot more of them when I'm lower in the initiative because so much stuff happens before my turn that anything that I have planned, because Valev is so versatile with either melee or spells or summonings or wild, whatever it is,
Right.
that being late in initiative makes it really difficult because I'll be planning the whole time and then it's just not, and it's gone. And
And it
so
takes a-
yay. All right. First off, as taking a potion is a bonus action. Yes.
Correct.
I would like to take a superior healing potion.
Go for it.
Okay. God dang it.
Oh, that's right. You also have the flower now.
9. 12, 13. Wow. Okay, I rolled 3 4s on the dice. 13, 14, 12, 25,
On D4.
27. 27 plus 8. Yes.
35.
35 points of healing. Thank goodness. I didn't want to say anything too loudly, but ow! That was so freaking low. When Kai's like, who needs a healing word? I'm like, oh, she's so far away. It's not even
I
possible.
know.
I didn't want to be like, I do, but Lab does. Okay, so that's bonus action. Got that.
And I'm like,
Bad.
how can I get within
Bad.
60 feet of her?
Right?
I know. I'm like, I'd spider climb, not fly. Sorry, guys.
Oh, man.
Otherwise, I'd fly over to you. I just don't want to fall down in the pit.
Wild shape
so
is
at
a
least I can
bonus
climb the
action.
walls.
Shoot, I.
Can I bonus action
Mistake.
and action?
All right. Crap. I'm just gonna take another healing potion with my action because I'm
That's
still
fine.
low.
Go for it.
And then can I use movement to, if it's possible, get further away from tentacles as much as I can?
Yeah, you can go along the edge of the pit.
Awesome. I have 40 feet. If I can somehow get out of range, I think you said they have 120 feet, so I probably can't, but as far as possible so that maybe only one might be able to get me.
Yeah,
Whatever that furthest point is.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How long does it take us to turn into gaseous form again?
A minute.
A minute.
1
A
minute.
minute.
Yeah.
We can get back down that tunnel and start turning into gas if we can get our butts out of here. It's going to
Yeah.
keep filling with lava, so that thing will die eventually.
Yeah,
It
nothing
seems like it
said
did a lot
saying
of
we have
points
to
of
kill
damage.
it.
Yeah, I know, right? Like we already did a lot of
Jason,
points of damage. Obviously, we did some damage to it when we took the flower too. So
Yeah.
Plus, who knows what's going to happen? A whole mountain's collapsing. I don't know, a few
Yeah.
100 feet to the left of us, so this whole place might just cave in eventually.
For
Yeah.
clarification, under the
That's
fog, can we see or not see what's under the?
It
floor?
is the fog is more of a smoke density now from the lava pouring into the base of the flesh pit.
burning the
So it's
flesh.
a combination of the two.
Burning flesh.
And
Okay.
you notice at the top of every round, it seems to get a little bit more dense and thicker.
I wasn't. The lava is getting more dense and thicker.
The fog,
The fog
the
is.
smoke, the
I just
smoke
wasn't
effect.
sure if we could tell if the entire base of this pit was covered in lava and fire, because we just saw Apollo fall down into the smoke, but we don't see him, right?
Yes,
Correct.
correct.
Okay. In
Apollo's
that
dead.
case,
We have to move
Apollo,
on.
no, not again.
Oh,
He's given his life so that others may live.
And
Pretty much.
that's my turn. I'm sorry that last bit took a while, but I needed clarification before I had my dramatic cry
All
for
right,
my
Derek,
second
you are
fallen
up.
Apollo.
Derek,
buddy.
you're up, and then Apollo, you're on deck for the top of the third round.
All right, I'm just going to ask everybody else to get out of here, and I'm going to run down the wall to see if I can spot Apollo.
So you move your full. As you
I
come
mean-
down,
Down.
as you come down and you look, you can see Apollo is inside the flesh pit itself, and he is currently about to be swarmed by hundreds of undead creatures.
All right, I will use my action to cast Wind Wall to give him a safe path between the undead and me.
Okay.
Ask him to come over.
Okay. That'll be your turn. For you, Apollo, you watch as Derek kind of flying and scampering down the side of the wall sees you, and you can see him as just these swarms of undead begin to appear. You watch as this wind just breaks into the breach of them, and a small path between where you are and where Derek is, and you hear Derek yell that command out to you. So finish your turn, Derek.
Yeah, that's my action. And
Okay.
that was my movement.
All right, Apollo, you are up with.
Apollo's like, oh hell nah. This guy, oh hell yeah, I'm getting out of here. As he runs and takes this path.
Okay, so you move over to where Derek is.
Is that what, 30 feet?
Yeah, it'll be about 30 feet, but you will take an attack of opportunity from the swarms that were on the other side of you. The path is in
Okay.
front of you. So let me roll for that. That is an 18 plus 5, which is a 23.
Nope, don't hit.
Yeah.
I'm just-
Okay, you manage to brush away the claws that are trying to dig into you.
It hits me.
You.
it hits him.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
I was messing with you.
That is 12 points of slashing damage, halved to 6. You feel them like claw at your arms and try to pull you into the pit, but you manage to make your way over to where Derek is.
That means he's still raging because he took damage, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, no.
Hey.
No matter what, I've been taking damage this whole round.
Yeah.
Let's just say my bonus action was putting out my hand.
Okay. So your bonus action can be grabbing onto Derek's hand. That way, during Derek's next move, he could try to haul you up the side.
Oh,
of the
I was just gonna bonus action dash and then like regular action just keep going.
You'd have to make a acrobatics to start making your way up the side of the cliff.
Okay.
If it comes to my turn, I have a way of helping you get out of the cliff, or out up the side of the wall.
That is an 11 for my
I wall of
acrobatics.
That will fail as you begin to try to scamper up the side of the cliff.
Yeah.
You fall past where Derek's hand is out, and you slam back down into the base of the pit. And that
I
will
kind of
finish-
look at him like, we're in a hurry.
I was trying. I thought I
Like,
grabbed
I'm
the
right
hand.
here.
It was like going past you.
That will finish Apollo's turn. Arena, you are up, and then the flesh pit is on deck.
Okay.
You're currently on the flying carpet with Gulsha and the crystal flower.
Yeah, I have to heal me.
Okay.
I'm an owie.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm doing level 5. Yeah, level 5. Cure wounds. On me. And then which ones are these? Not D10s. I want to do D10s for my heals. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
I do. All right. 16. Math. 28. 31. 34. Okay, so 34 points back to me. And then I don't have the Vampiric Touch on it anymore because I lost concentration because I took like 65 points. There's no way I could keep concentration on that. Yeah. And bonus action, can I hold the bag out to go shot about the flower? Or put the bag over the flower?
Sure. I'll say you could start doing that with your bonus action. It's going to take at least another round to get it into the bag.
Okay.
All right, that'll finish your turn. The pit will go next, but something else happens at the same time. You guys look up in time to see huge chunks of granite begin to fall. A huge tremor begins to shake the area. Apollo, I need deck saves from everybody, please.
Ooh, I get +5 now, though.
Yep. I got a 23.
Okay.
I got a
That'll
21.
That'll save.
I got a 23 also.
That'll save.
24.
Okay.
Just
Kai and
+5.
Apollo?
I got a 7.
That'll fail. Apollo?
I failed. Yeah.
Apollo, are you there?
He's muted.
Yes, I know.
Oh god. Hey Kai, can you flash a genius by chance?
What'd you get?
I might
got a
be too far
9.
away from you.
A 9. So Apollo and Kai take 48 points of crushing damage or bludgeoning damage as the huge pieces of rock come slamming into you.
You're lucky that's half.
40, 45. Are everyone having a hard time hearing me?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's just everyone keeps asking me how much or can't hear you, so I just want to make sure my microphone.
We're all just in disbelief.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Kai and Apollo take 45 points of bludgeoning damage as huge chunks of granite slam into you. Apollo, you are still raging, so you can have that.
Is it 22 or 23? I can never remember if it's upper or lower.
It's up. It's higher.
It's
Okay.
higher. Everybody else, you feel the rocks and debris kind of
cut it in half.
You feel the rocks and debris bounce off you. Everybody else takes half of that in damage.
So
Which would be 22?
Yep.
Am I going out again?
11.
Yeah. Hello?
No, we
you're
can
there.
hear you,
We
Apollo.
can hear you.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, no. It's like, ah.
All right. So Gulsha, you have 2 tentacles coming at you.
Okay.
That is a 22 and a 20.
Miss.
Okay. Arena, you have 1 coming at you. That is a 21.
21's my armor class.
Okay, that will hit then. For it's no longer attuned to the flower, so it does not get that bonus anymore. For 26 points of bludgeoning damage to you, as one of the tentacles smacks into you. So that was 2 at Gulshaw, 1 at Arena. There is 1 tentacle coming at you, Valev. That is a 34. And that is 24 points of bludgeoning damage. Apollo, you have 1 coming at you. That is a 24.
24 does hit.
That is 22 points of bludgeoning damage. Half to 11.
I'm going to half that again for cunning dodge. Hold on.
Okay. Derek, there is 1 coming at you. That is a 28.
That hits.
That is only plus 5 now, so that is 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And Kai, you are still out of range of the remainder of the tentacles. Or actually, no, the available tentacles all attacked because Gulshaw took the brunt of the attack attempts. That will finish the creature's turn. Kai, you are up with Gulshaw on deck.
Okay, so I am going to climb down because I think I only have like 20 feet or whatever to get back down to the ledge where I was at the entrance that we're all trying to go to. And I am, because I tried to make sure I was over that in case I fell down.
Yep.
And I'm casting, where is it? Where is it? I've got it. If I do this, I can't save anybody after this if they die. So don't die, anyone. Wall of stone down on the ground to make a staircase.
Okay.
It can go about 5 feet wide and 40 feet tall to get right in front of Apollo.
Okay, so Apollo,
So
right
he
below
can climb up.
you're now about 5 feet below Derek, who's up on the edge of the wall holding on. The two of you watch as this huge stone wall just gradually makes a series of steps from where you are and leading back up towards the side of the cliff. Is this concentration, Kai?
Yes, it is. That's why I dropped my spider climb. I came down and dropped spider climb.
All right.
Which, when I took damage, I rolled
That
like a
reminds
16, and I get
Yep.
whatever my
Wind
bonus
roll
is.
as well.
So yeah, I saved that, so I didn't fall
Okay.
again.
Good to know. So that'll finish your turn, Kai.
Thank you, Kat.
I don't think I could do any other bonus action.
Gulshaw.
Yeah, I'm just
You-
going to
they're
step
clicking.
back from the ledge, whatever
Sorry.
my movement is
Right.
left, like 10 feet or whatever, back towards the opening of the tunnel for a
Yeah,
moment.
you're in front of that tunnel opening that you guys were originally kind of surveying the pit from.
Yeah.
So you're right at the. So when everybody looks over where Kai currently is, that's the exit. That's the egress. So wherever you are, Kai
Where's-
is standing in front of the exit or in front of the exit of the flesh pit.
Okay.
And Gulshaw.
Okay, so can I use the dash action on my carpet?
Yeah, you could command it to move as a Yeah, I mean you could basically.
Double move.
Yeah.
I want to use the dash action to get to the entrance.
Okay.
I want to now. I'm probably going to get a bunch of opportunity attacks at me, right?
Correct.
How many are going to attack? How can I move where I can?
I'll say moving up and away, only 2 attacks, because you could like move straight up
Okay.
and then move over. It may
Okay.
not quite get you to where Kai is because you're going to take some movement up.
Right.
But if you go straight through the pit to get to her, you're going to take 6 attacks of opportunity.
What about if she goes like diagonally?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Um.
If you go straight up and over, you'll only
So do I
take
need-
2.
Do I need my action for that, or can I take my bonus action and my move for that, for the dash?
It's called the dash action.
Action, okay. All
Yeah.
right, because I'm pretty low on hit points. But I'll go ahead and do it where I'll take the 2 attacks.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself... I'm going to shield Arena from any blows with my body. So if any blows try to hit us, then I'll take them.
Gotcha. And with that, you'll get 2 attacks on you. The first one is a 14 plus 15, 29.
Yes.
And then the second one is a 16 plus 15, 31.
Hit.
Okay. No longer gets that bonus. So 10 plus 5. It only does 15 points of bludgeoning damage to you.
Half to 7?
Correct.
Okay. All right. All right.
So that'll put you guys about 10 feet near where the exit is.
Okay.
She kind of went up, over, and actually I'm going to move you guys a little bit closer. I didn't get you quite close enough. So you're right about there.
But they're up really high. They're a lot higher than the tentacles.
Yeah, they're up by where... Actually, I should do that just so I...
Sweet, I got a magic carpet. Okay.
I'll finish your turn.
So awesome.
All right.
All right. That'll finish Golshav's turn. Valev, you are up. So you can see Kai over to the right, about 40 feet away from you in front of the exit. You just watched as Golshav on the flying carpet zoomed up, over, around, and down, is now currently hovering nearby the exit. You can see a stone wall that has been placed down into the pit that both Apollo and Derek are kind of like near that area where they could run up the edge of that stone wall. What do you want to do?
Well, I've done nothing except stay alive this whole fight. I broke a grapple. That's what I did. And then
I'd like to point out your ability is technically the linchpin in this plan. So
it's true. But
Yeah, exactly.
Valev has felt not useless, but seeing Apollo apparently fall to his death, and then Derek dive in after him, and him and Valev being on this back corner, not really able to do anything about it. It sucks. So and he keeps getting crushed. He keeps getting killed by these hits. And so
Run
you have
for
to take
it,
another
get out of
bonus
there.
action for a healing potion, superior healing potion on that.
Okay.
For a bonus action. And then I'll use movement to run along that edge towards Kai.
Dash.
Just my movement.
I'll
40
put
feet.
you right about there.
Okay. And there's no ground, right? There's no earth in this. It's flesh and it's like lava.
It's the gradual encroachment of lava and the flesh of the creature itself.
Okay. In that case,
And swarms of like undead down there moving and shifting about. They're kind of scrambling by the hundreds towards where Apollo and Derek are.
We are encased in a mountain, if that helps, which is Earth.
we are encased in a mountain, which is Earth. Is there how high can we see the ceiling above us?
No, it goes on.
Okay.
All you can see is raining rock and debris gradually falling from the most recent earth tremor that occurred.
I mean, if falling stone crushes the thing at the bottom of this, that wouldn't be terrible.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to waste like a 5th level spell trying to attack this thing. And then Apollo,
Yeah.
from here, can I see that he's all right?
Well, yeah, because you could see him near where Kai had cast that stone wall.
There. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I can see that they're
Yep.
going to be able to get out now. Okay. Shite.
He is hurt, very, very badly hurt. I will let
Apollo
you know.
is.
Yes.
Okay.
He is past bloodied.
Oh yeah, Arena's owie too. Arena's very glad she didn't take any of those shots from the tentacles as we were moving.
All right, I'm going to spell range is 120 feet. I'm going to cast Tidal Wave.
Wait, is that going to put the lava out?
No, nothing's gonna put the lava out.
If anything, it might
It might give some
cool
steam,
the
but
edge
that's
and
not it.
create a bit of a crust, if anything. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you
create
could cast a lava
Okay.
tidal wave.
Ooh, can you cast a lava tidal wave?
No.
Oh.
Damn.
I mean, it says that the
Firewall.
spell components for Tidal Wave are a drop of water.
Right.
Can I use a drop of lava?
If the DM's nice.
Yeah, if we use
Look,
a drop of
even-
Things
lava.
to be
even the-
considered later.
Even the fantasy world has basic physics, so no.
Okay, but
Use-
it's saying if I have a drop of water, I can create a tidal wave from said drop.
Yes.
So if I have another liquid,
No,
like
it's-
if I had a glass of wine, can I make a tidal? Wait, okay.
that would just be a waste of a good bottle of wine.
Yeah. So you mentioned before that part of the floor was covered in lava and the other part was the
Right.
fleshy
It's like
bits.
where you can see way off to your left, where the tunnel of lava is spilling into the space.
Yeah.
That section is gradually encroaching into the creature's space.
Cool. So the section where the creature and Derek or Apollo, the in between that where the staircase is going up. So behind Apollo, I want this tidal wave to start and push forward onto the tentacles.
Okay. There's a save for that,
So
right?
Dex save.
Dex. That's disadvantage. That is an 8 with no bonus, so that's an 8. That'll fail.
So it will take 4d8 bludgeoning damage.
Go for it.
The water, when it spreads out across the ground in all directions, extinguish unprotected flames in the area, blah, 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 blah.
I'll also say when that goes off, it immediately causes all the undead swarms coming in the direction to be pushed back 10 feet. They're just slams into them, and you can watch as their bodies kind of boil over in the effect.
So the wall is 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall.
Yep.
And it will do, what was it, 4d8? Yeah. Nice. 8, 4, 12, 17, and one more. Uh, 23 points of waterboarding.
Nice. All right. All you guys watch as this massive wave pops into existence and kind of like slams into the undead swarm and in the direction of the tentacles, giving both Apollo and Derek much more needed room to do what they need to do.
Come on, guys, let's get out of here.
All right, let's go. As my action, grab Apollo.
Okay, give me a strength check. He's a big dude.
The stairs.
All right.
Can I? Never mind. I mean, there's stairs coming from me, right?
12 plus
we
8,
have like
that's
so much
a
advantage
dirty
of
20.
opening up.
Okay. So you grab onto his hand or his shoulder or arm, whatever you want to grab onto.
All right. And I will use my movement, 30 feet.
Halved because of Derek or because of Apollo's weight.
Cool. Then I will use my fleet of foot to dash as a bonus action.
Okay.
Are you just dragging me?
Touche.
Well, it's not like it just plants
So
you
the
on
two,
something.
so I'll say you managed to grab onto Apollo, and the two of you are now making your way up the stone wall that Kai has cast for you, and you're kind of like dragging him during your turn to kind of give him a little bit more room, and the two of you are now making your way up the stone stairwell that Kai has built for you.
Cool.
And that'll finish your turn, Derek. That'll take us to the top of the 4th round. Apollo, you are up. You gained about 20 feet going up the stone stairwell because now Derek is kind of dragging you up that way at this point. You are up with Arena on deck.
How far away am I from Kai?
You are about 40 feet away from Kai now. You were 60, but Derek managed to pull you 20 feet up onto the stone wall stairs.
Okay, so I can just remove my regular movement and get over there. All right, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and attack this one closest to me, this tentacle.
Okay, you'll have to move 20 feet towards it. Unless you throw the spear.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm throwing the spear.
We're
Okay.
doing everything to get you out.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting closer to it. I'm throwing the spear.
Okay, go for it.
But, yeah, I'm not
There
trying
you go. Good boy.
I was like, whoa. Why don't I get closer? The first attack I missed.
So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to retcon what Derek just did.
Why is that?
Derek lost a round because he was stunned.
Oh yeah.
So, Derek, you are currently... So, you are now 60 feet away from Kai, Apollo. And, Derek, you are now currently down by where you would have started the interaction with Apollo.
Okay.
That's where you would have finished your turn.
That's fine still.
It just takes us back one round.
Yeah, 1 round for me. But Apollo still gets to... Yeah, he can move.
Correct.
I can still bonus action and get over there.
All right, cool.
I'm going to... This card, still do my attack. Does a 21 hit?
21 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I'm doing the lightning. I'm doing everything else.
Okay.
Who ratted on me in the chat?
No one. Your base is blue, and it reminded me that you were stunned that one round.
All right, that is 41 points of damage.
Nice.
Plus, wow. So 44, and then I'm gonna do the wells from the grave. Do it. The run right next to it.
Is that a bonus action?
No, it's just a whenever I do my sneak attack.
Gotcha.
8 more damage to the one next to it.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna bonus action dash and get all the way to Kai. And I'm gonna go 20 feet past to that exit if I can.
You're 60 feet away.
I have 80 feet of movement.
Okay, that will get you.
Oh, dang.
I'll get you right into the entrance of the tunnel. So, Kai, you watch as a very large barbarian goes sprinting up the wall that you built, goes right by you. You just hear him, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And he just launches himself into the tunnel entrance at that point. However, there will be one attack of opportunity against you.
I swear, you kill me right now.
One tentacle close enough. That is 13 plus 15, so that's a 28.
Yes, that hits.
That is 23 plus 5, 28 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 14.
Hallelujah. I thought he was about to be like, it's 62 points of damage.
No, because they retrieved the crystal flower, it lost its extra 10 points of damage bonus. So it's now only doing plus 5 points of damage. It was doing plus 15.
All right.
Yeah, I was really about to be like, if I swear to God, if he does like 60 points of damage.
That'll finish Apollo's turn. Arena, you are up, and then the creature is on deck, including the lair effect.
Okay. I'm going to heal myself again. Because, ow.
So your action is to heal, and your bonus action is to finish putting the crystal flower in the bag?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think this
And
is
you're
the
on the
most
carpet,
Arena's
so
ever
you have
healed
no
before.
move. Yeah, I know, right? For a death cleric, it's kind of fun.
You have to become a death cleric to start healing? That's awesome.
I was healing before. I just used Channel Divinity a lot more.
I will be right back. Right.
Okay. 28 points.
Holy shit, Big Mac. Where have you been?
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
dude, hi.
All right. You can't really do much, Rita, because you finish your bonus action healing yourself, and you can't really move because you're on the carpet. So that'll finish your turn.
So I basically put the flower in the bag of holding?
Yep.
Cool.
So it is no longer visible.
Trying to make it easier to carry. It looked big. It looked as big as me.
Yeah, well, it wasn't quite as big, but I want you guys to be able to see it. And, you know, I want you to be able to know where it was and focus on it.
Right.
So with that, there's still more debris raining down around everyone.
Oh boy.
So Kai, Valev, give me dex saves with advantage because you're on the cliff edge, so you have some cover. Apollo's inside the tunnel, so he's okay. Derek, I need normal dex save, and Gulshan, Arena, I need normal dex save.
27.
I got a 21. I'm rolling low. Damn.
23.
Okay.
I get +5 from Goldshot.
Yes, because it's a dex save.
Is he close enough to us
19.
yet, or no?
He is 15 feet away from those of you on the ledge.
I got a 19.
Okay. So, is that close enough, or do we have to be 10 feet from him?
10
I think
feet.
it's 10 feet.
Yeah.
10 feet. Okay.
19 Arena. The DC was a 19.
Okay.
So if you rolled a 19
Yeah,
or
I got
higher,
a 10.
So Kai, you'll take
doing that.
41 points of bludgeoning damage, while everyone else takes 20 points of bludgeoning damage. Apollo's in the tunnel; he takes no damage.
All right. This sucks.
Kai, get in
And
the
I
tunnel.
have to roll to see if I think Derek's flying, right? So he doesn't need the stone wall, so it doesn't matter. I'll just drop concentration on that since he doesn't.
I'm sort of
stairs.
cheesing the system. Since I can't technically fall, I can just run on surfaces.
You could just fly out of there.
As soon as Derek gets up, get him out, but great concentration and do everything else. But I'm like, he can fly.
Oh, you want to see movement? I'll show you movement. I have my movement, my action, and my bonus action, which I
So
can
that
all
was the
detach.
lair effect. There's only one tentacle nearby, and that one's going to go after Gulsha because you specifically said
Of
you wanted to
course.
protect Arena.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 1 plus 15, 16. That will
Yes.
miss. We are currently
Smack
on.
itself.
We're on round 4 or 5.
5.
We're on round. Oh, that's right. We are on round 5, which means the creature. Hey, talking
No,
XP.
because we're not at the beginning. This was the round.
This was
4.
the beginning of round 4. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I thought
So,
you meant the next round.
with
The next
that-
round is 5.
Yeah. So that will finish the creature's turn. Although, I do need everybody to make intelligence saves because it is taking a shit ton of damage right now.
It's gonna screech at us.
God dang it.
Intelligence.
Ooh, I got an natty
This is
20.
where I die, guys.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I got a 22.
An 18 for a dirty 20 plus 2.
Okay.
Kai.
So the intelligence save is a DC 18 as it psychic screams the pain outbound.
Kai.
22.
Yep. 18 or higher will save. You take half of 32 points of psychic damage.
Oh Jesus!
Kai, I need you.
If you
That's
did not
16.
save,
Uh-huh.
you take
So do I.
32 points of psychic damage.
So,
And I forgot to do it
16 then,
before,
right? Yeah, I
but
can do math.
the
Now
smoke and
Apollo was in
fog
the tunnel.
gets a
Apollo
little
was
bit...
in the tunnel. Did it get him?
Oh, yeah. Anybody within like 300
That can
feet of
hear
this
it.
area
Mhm.
are going to hear the psychic scream.
Yeah, I'm so way past bloodied right now. It's not
It's
even
32,
funny.
you said, right?
Yeah, 32. And Talking XP, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
Arena, what are you down to?
Huh?
Me?
Yeah.
41.
Jeez.
That's only 2 less than me.
41 would be nice right now. I'm at 16.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Well, don't worry. I got you covered. It's my turn next. So.
So I was like, Kai, can I get that flash of your genius? I got a 17.
It's okay.
We've been
I
raided.
got you for...
Jinx it. It's the cops.
So with that,
Flush your dice down the toilet.
it just did its psychic scream. I need. So Kai, you are up with Gulsha on deck.
All right. So I'm going to use my only heal, my 6th level only spell, and heal Apollo for 75.
All the way down.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And then my bonus action, I'm going to take my... Let's see. What do I want to take? I'm going to take something. Either one of my potions of healing or... Actually, nope. I'm just going to take my experimental elixir because I have a healing in there, which gives me my 2d4 plus 5 and 2d6 plus 5. So...
Okay.
That is 2d4...
Yeah, I put damage on accident. I was like, oh
11
no.
and 2d6 plus 5. So that makes it 24 healing for myself. I'm still bloodied though.
Okay. That's your bonus action and your action. What are you doing with your move?
I am moving down the tunnel 30 feet.
Okay, so you are now in the tunnel and out of view. Apollo is in the tunnel, out of view. That finishes your turn. Gulsha, you are up with Valev on deck.
I'll move into the tunnel.
That will take take the 2 of you out of view as you shoot. Like, Valev, you just watch a blur
I forgot my
go right in front of you. As the flying carpet with Gulsha and Arena on it just whip right past you and into the tunnel as well. That'll finish your turn, Gulsha, unless you want to use an action to do any healing.
I will.
6,
I will.
That's my proficiency bonus.
Who am I next to?
6.
I can use.
You're next to me.
Next to everybody except for Valev and Derek.
Yep.
I'll give. So how many is that? Who's next to me?
So Arena's on the flying carpet with you.
Yeah.
You just went right by Valev. You can see Apollo is near you and Kai is up ahead of you.
All right. Well, for right now, I'll give Arena. I'll lay on hands on Arena for 20 hit points.
Okay. And that will finish your turn. Valev, you are up with Derek on deck.
All right. Bonus action, potion.
Actually, no, I'm not still bloodied.
Okay, you guys are burning through all your potions on this one.
Yeah, I don't have any healing.
Yeah. I still.
So,
I have a couple healing left, but I still have spell slots. So.
yeah, trying to reserve those. Bonus action, superior healing potion, and then I'm going to get right in front of the door and hold move action.
Dash action.
You
can't hold the move.
You can't hold movement. Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you wanna move, you have to hold your action as a dash action.
Correct. Yeah, I will hold that till when Derek gets by me, and
Yep, I'm still bloodied. Yikes.
well, I'm readying an action. Okay, so it's kind of like it's a two option.
You're basically burning a reaction
Mhm.
to dash as an action. and you're holding it, waiting for Derek to run by.
I was gonna say one of two things. Either if something tries
it can't
to
be one of
attack-
two. It can only be one thing. You can only hold it for one trigger effect. You can't say if that or that. It has to be one effect that's going to trigger your dash action during your reaction.
Okay, so if I'm standing in front of a thing and I'm waiting for Derek to run by me,
correct,
just as in like making sure he's okay,
correct,
I could
that will cause you to start sprinting up the tunnel. That's a that's
so
a
that
held
would
action.
be my movement. Okay, gotcha. So
Correct.
that would get me out of there in time. Okay,
Correct.
I'll do that.
All right. But your movement is just the dash action, which is like 30 feet or 40 feet, whatever your...
Yeah,
It's double your
40.
movement.
Right. All right. So you're holding. So Derek, you are up, and then we'll be at the top of the 5th round.
Cool. I do not have to run in a straight line up and then to the, I guess that to the right from my perspective right there. Instead, I can run diagonally straight towards the exit. And if I use both my action and bonus action to dash, I have 90 feet of movement.
Okay, that takes you into the tunnel past Velev, which then triggers Velev, and all of you are now in the tunnel. We're technically out of initiative at this point.
Okay, everybody start changing back into gas.
Into clouds.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
into
going to
clouds.
cloud form.
Arena needs to secure her purple worm or
Forget
command
it.
it to get out.
Yeah,
of
I
here
need
first.
I need to secure the purple worm, and because Ghost has Windwalk, Ghost can be clouds with us.
Right now, for
Yeah.
you, Arena, as you take a moment to start, like all of you are kind of racing up the tunnel and focusing on changing into the cloud forms so that you can all pick up speed and get out of here.
Mhm.
At some point, as you entered that tunnel with Gulsha, the telepathic connection with the undead creature severs.
Oh,
You get the sense it was destroyed.
That's destroyed. Okay, let's go.
All right, guys, I think the worm is dead.
well, that means there was something up there that killed it. Or
The tremors are
probably
beginning to
the,
build, and looking back through the tunnel, the soft
Lava, the
glow of
tremors.
lava is beginning to glow
Yeah.
upbound, and the tremors are now persistent. They're not major, but they're constant. They're not stopping. The tunnel is beginning to crack, and debris is beginning to collapse into the tunnel at this point. You guys take that minute,
60 seconds, 60 seconds.
and then
What do
one by one, all of you turn into clouds and begin to
Let's Harry
race
Potter this.
race up the tunnel, up to that entrance point where all of you come out of that entrance point that led you down into that part of the tunnel and in towards where the flesh pit is. And now you can just hear just constant tremors racking the volcano. You now can see that even in this space that you're in, lava is beginning to come up the other route as well, as the magma of the volcano is now in almost full eruption. All of you in this position looking around, I need everyone to give me perception checks.
I don't
As
need a
it is now-
perception check. I know which tunnel to go.
Oh, that's
up.
right.
Yeah.
Derek, with your passive, if you
Oh,
want to lead the
that's
group
right.
out of here, you can.
Yep. Hello.
Okay. You guys immediately watch
for
as
it.
Derek kind of takes the lead and begins to shift in the familiar direction of where the tunnel will lead to where the rope is. The rope will then lead you up into the old abandoned mine that you guys originally descended down into. And Derek is now leading you as quickly through that route as possible. The amount of just tremors and earthquakes and eruption going on, the entire place is shaking. You can feel the kinetic energy build as all of you jet straight up that rope where the rope is, and your cloud forms appear. You can see the skeletal remains of horses kind of lying about in the mine. You quickly make your way through the mine.
Really unnecessary.
Well, they were never discovered, so they're I don't
I
know what
shed
to
a
tell you,
tear.
babe. They were never discovered, so it is what it is.
Unnecessary.
You make your way out that mine entrance. The mine is still sealed, but there's a small exit that, Derek, you pick up on immediately, and you guide everybody through it, and there's and as all of you come out, you're now outside the mine entrance, and you're staring down into a very familiar place. You are now staring down into the Jasper Mining Valley. You're staring down into the Jasper Mining Colony, and it is just not only awash with lava, but looking off in the direction of Whist, you can just see just thousands of shambling creatures in these great long serpentine columns making their way out in that direction. You could see hundreds of wyverns circling above as they are also going off in that direction. You could see huge, ungainly, undead giants loping alongside, making their way off in that direction. However, looking behind you, you can see that the volcano is in full eruption. Great streams of lava are coming down. The mountain is cracking and ripping apart. The skies are filled with smoke and basalt, volcanic bombs arcing over, harmlessly passing through your gaseous forms. Normally these would just rip you into shreds, but your form prevents you guys from taking any damage from this. And you're standing there. The strangest thing off to your right, you can see a huge dragon circling. You watch over where Turcasta's lair would normally be, where the mine entrance would be. It cracks and shatters, explodes outward as you see a 20-story arm come out. You then watch as a second 20-story arm comes out, as you watch the Landwalker begin to pull itself out of its frozen embrace within the lair, and you watch as Scorch flies down, and you watch as the huge form of Max begins to extricate itself from this side of the mountain. The mountain collapses in behind it, and this whole side of the mountain is now tumbling, cascading down as you watch Max in his new Landwalker form begin to lope.
Shit!
Let's go!
Yeah!
Yes, Max!
We got a dragon and a titan on our
in
side.
the direction of the swarming masses that are making their way off in the direction of Whist. You guys have a moment here.
Can a
You're
brother get a
hovering
long rest?
nearby, watching this all happen around you. If you guys want to,
No.
you can take a short rest right now. It's a good point, as all this is beginning to play out around you, and it takes time for this to play out. It's your call.
All right.
I was so worried
I need like
when
100
he
hit
said
points.
Scorch
rest.
and then the
Yeah.
big arms. I thought Scorch was chasing the Titan,
Is-
and the
is
Titan
the
was
lava-
joining the forces, and the forces were heading to Whist. I'm like, we totally failed, guys.
Yeah. Is the lava is like lava and the rocks coming down onto Jasper Mining Colony? And
Yeah, it's just burying everything down there.
yeah, baby.
So
We got our Mount Doom moment right here. It's all of them.
Our
we can take a
Mountain
rest
Dew
now, but we're still on
moment.
ghost form, right?
Do the do.
So burn whatever you want to burn for your short rest. That'll consume about 30 hours. And that's the vision that you kind of watch happen as you burn that. And Valev, you
30
hear
hours?
30 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said it'll take about 30 hours. I'm like, that better be
No,
a
30
long
minutes.
rest.
You
I
did
said
say
we're
30
in-
hours. You
Okay,
said 30
okay.
hours. I was like, what?
No,
Where'd it
30
go?
minutes.
Okay, cool.
However, Valev, you hear a voice in your head. Don't linger. Fight's still ahead of us, old mate. And you can see where Scorch is swooping and then is now circling the head of the Titan as its 100-story mass is loping in the direction of Whist. As you guys finish up your short rest, you watch
you.
as like a massive swarm of undead and fiends just gets crushed by a footfall. and then another footfall. You now watch as Scorch and the Titan are being swarmed by wyverns, and you see great flashes of fire coming out. You then watch out on the very fringe of the forested area near Jasper Mining as great arcs of flame.
Where the heck is the hit dice? Can't find it.
Just crash into the wyverns. As you watch the red wizards of Thay begin to hover up in their like animated forms, and they begin to launch themselves into the foray. Arena, you hear someone send you a message in your mind. A familiar voice as Lord Silverhand is now echoing in your mind. Get here. Now we're under siege by thousands. And it cuts off.
Guys, we need to get to Whist. Lord Silverhand's they're getting overtaken. Where's out of character? He was at Whist, right?
I mean, that's where you would expect him to be. You don't know if he was actually there. He didn't say.
All right, we still have that gas thing for 6 hours, and I have 900 feet of movement in that thing.
Let's go.
So utilizing all of your ability and to avoid exhaustion so that you can move at maximum speed and effort, maximum tacos, you guys begin to focus your strength. Everybody give me con saves, as I'm going to let you get the Whist in that remaining amount of time.
11.
Oh, nice. Plus 7 from Golshaw is 26.
We get 5 from Gulshaw?
60.
That was 5 from Gulshaw.
Correct.
7?
Yes.
What?
What are you talking about?
You said it's a save, right? So we still
Yeah.
get them 5
Yep.
from you.
Yeah, con save plus 5 because you'll be near Golshaw.
Plus 5.
17.
Con save.
Guys, roll higher than a 15. You do not take any exhaustion.
Sweet.
What?
I got a 16
Nice.
without Gulshaw.
I've
21.
I feel like every save I've gotten has been under 10.
Kind of.
The dice.
If
You-
you
you
Yeah,
really
mine
should
too. Almost.
Stop rolling in D&D Beyond, Apollo. I mean,
All right. I was like, jeez, let's go.
I've been rolling my actual dice. They
yeah.
hate me
What's
tonight.
the funny is because I have a dice I have a huge dice bag right next to me, and I'm not
I
using
do
it.
not understand why you're not rolling real dice.
Okay, I'm at full hit.
What was the con DC? 15?
15.
Spells,
Gonna get me
fuck.
freaking the whole extra dice thing out of here.
I had one of those still.
Give me a whole set out.
See, has it been a month since I've asked for divine intervention?
No, it has not.
Okay.
But it's
Feels
been
like
a
a
week
month.
since
it been a
I did
day?
the Beacon of Hope, right?
I mean, the journey from leaving Whist to
I was only
the swamp,
A couple
and
days
then
off.
what?
I was only a couple days off from the last time I used the Necklace of Hope.
That was in front of our keep, right?
Well, remember, guys, when you left Whist, it was a 1-day journey to the edge of the Pim Swamps,
Mhm.
and then it was a
16-hour trek.
yeah.
16-hour trek.
It's really only been, by the time you would burn through the 6 hours of the form that you're in, you'd be, it'd be barely 2 days have gone by.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like a month.
Well, yeah, it would.
Okay, we get there.
So,
Gods
that-
have no conceptive time.
Godspeed.
with that, as you pass, you guys are moving way faster than the Titan. In your cloud form, you burn right past Scorch and the Landwalker.
Keep
The
up, Slowpoke.
the amount of waves of fiends and undeads below you are in the tens of thousands, the hundreds of thousands, as they are just a mad mile square wide and an unending column ahead of you as you're burning towards what you could only assume is Whist off in the distance. As you can see this great glow off in the distance, the occasional arc explosion. But as you start getting closer and closer, there's even something stranger. You watch as it gets a little bit bigger and bigger. I need everyone to give me perception checks, please.
Do I get advantage since I can see a mile ahead of us?
Yeah.
Do I honestly need to roll at this point?
Yes. Yeah, because it'll depend on
13.
how much you see, like how much you're gonna learn from what you see.
I got a 13.
28.
Okay.
10.
Yeah. No more D&D Beyond.
Right?
I rolled one off
I'm changing
of
out what
should be my
dice I'm using.
maximum
God.
for 35.
I got a 13.
Okay.
26.
So with Valev and Derek kind of like seeing. So for Valev and Derek, it basically looks like a massive floating city. But as you get closer, you begin to realize that the new Temple of Knowing that has been brought into existence has been ripped from the center of the city and is currently being held aloft and up in the air. From this distance, Derek, you're the only one that can see a form down on the ground near the outskirts of town, of the city itself. It stands roughly 20 feet tall, and it's made of bone and muscle and gristle, and it's just this massive form standing there, and its arms are held up, and it's pointed at the Academy of Knowing, and it's pushing it further and further up into the air. All of you tumble as you land, and you find barely enough space to just land and look around. Swarms of enemies everywhere. This persistent battle is going on around you. And down near the edge of the city, you could see the avatar of Merkel has been combined and brought together. Its huge mass and form guiding the academy deeper and further away from the city. It is surrounded by dozens of these demonic and devilish forms, these fiendish forms. As soon as a cadre of Templars go to charge into their mass, they're just brought down and shredded instantly.
All right. Valev, I think we're going to need, because Golshai, I think we're going to need you to fight. Valev, can you fly the flower up to the tower?
Fly a flower to a tower? Yeah.
Cool. And
How big is this thing?
The flower or the tower?
The flower.
If you guys get into a rhyming thing, I'm turning everything off.
We need the flower in the tower so we can have the power to shower our enemies with destruction.
With pain.
I think
That's more of a haiku.
That's what they get.
He's gonna start shutting
Get me up on front stage here.
I wasn't even doing it.
Could anyone possibly tell me the hour?
Okay, bye, Valev. It's been nice. You have a good day.
Why don't you try to attune to it, Irina, and see?
You want me to attune to the flower?
That's gonna take time.
That'll take an hour.
Yeah.
But we need the power of the flower. I don't know if it takes an hour.
The flower to the tower.
You guys, I hate you
the
guys
flower
so
and
much right now.
Can I lick the flower?
We need the
and
power
see
of the
if it
flower in
tastes-
the tower. I don't care if it takes an hour.
Can I lick the flower and
Why
see
do
if it tastes sour?
Why do
don't
I
think it
feel
tastes
like
sour.
I am amongst children?
You are.
It's definitely about to get. It's definitely about to get sour. They're definitely cowering.
With
Don't get sour about the power of the flower in the tower. That's going to take an hour.
We need the power of the flower in the tower, in the tower.
I hate you all.
So they're moving with the tower.
Hate you all. so much right now.
Don't glower and be sour about the power of the flower in the tower.
Okay, I can't really be mad at that because that was pretty possible.
Dr. Seuss on the ones and twos.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Red
And we
fish,
need
green
to-
fish, blue fish, yellow
So
fish.
with this flower, if I am to fly it up to this large cylindrical building, I just didn't want to say tower again.
Academy. You can
How
say academy.
large is it?
How large is the flower? Ugh, that looks gross. That's the Merkle avatar?
Yes, it is.
Gross.
It's kind of hot. What is the size of this flower? Crystal.
After it was ripped from the flesh pit and then taken over by you guys and jammed into the bag, it kind of malformed and changed its formation. It's now maybe roughly 10 pounds in weight. It's a green crystalline representation of a flower, and it's currently pulsing with a blue arcane energy as you watch Arena pull it out of the bag of holding.
Sweet.
Now the mobs of creatures, are they fiendish or undead or both?
They're everything you can imagine. Devils, demons, fiends, undead. They've all been augmented, configured. You can see like bony protrusions coming out. You watch as an ebb and flow of people fighting or defending themselves, trying to get closer to the Avatar Merkle. The Avatar itself seems very fixated on controlling the Academy. He is slowly, now that it's away from the city, he is slowly bringing it down to the ground directly in front of him.
All right. Arena, can you do Wall of Stone again at all?
Wall of Stone wasn't me. That was
Or, no,
Kai.
Arena,
It
Kai.
was me. And, yeah, but no, that was my spell slot for that.
Damn.
That's the only spell slot I had. Sorry.
That's all right.
Go to the inn for a long rest.
Yeah.
the inn's been.
Oh crap! Why did I know I was gonna fight Merkle all down on hit points and shit? Okay,
Right?
I'm gonna and no spells. No, I got spells still.
I got a shit ton of spells left. I didn't have to use very.
You guys hear a line of rifle fire
Go.
as
Yeah.
the
Nice.
prized
We-
rifle
we-
company is now
Yep.
pushing in the direction through the swarm. You could see Templars moving about. You could see Brackish's army doing its best to maneuver and pivot, and then immediately just get swarmed by hundreds of creatures as this battle is just raging out of control around
Can we
you.
see Silverhand?
From here, no sight of them.
Okay,
If
so
this was ripped from the center of the city, you can assume that the Silverhand residence has been destroyed.
All right.
So what do I do when I get
How
up
far
there?
are we from the Avatar?
Yeah, how far?
Maybe about a quarter mile.
oh,
All right, we just need to be able to push through to it. But Valev, you can fly over everything and get that flower to him, and Gulsha, you could probably go too, actually, if you don't want
Yeah.
to waste a wild shape.
Yeah. I
so
can
what,
go
what's
on
the plan? Wait a minute. What's the plan?
Well,
Originally, I wanted to get the flower to Max, but now Max is a giant statue.
we just need to give him time.
Can we see him?
Way off in the distance. Yeah, he's getting there, but it's going to take him a lot longer than it took you guys. You guys just are just fucking zoomed right past them.
Okay.
We need to use. Okay, check it out.
If you
Okay,
can,
out of character,
I think
out
what
of
we do need to
character.
do is we need to get into that. We need to get into the tower
Mhm, with
and
the flower.
go see Lady Silverhand and get all that stuff in place and use the cube.
Right,
yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it is we had to do with the flower and the.
Well, you guys never really spent much time in the Academy of Knowing.
Mhm.
You guys kind of initially just put your plan together to go retrieve it. And now the siege is raging around you, and the Academy is in the process of being brought down so that the Merkle Avatar can enter the Academy.
Well, yeah, we know that the Merkle Avatar wants it, so obviously we should probably secure it before he does. And if we're in there when it comes down, then we'll be right in the middle of the action.
Yeah, and I can hold them off while you guys. I can hold them or try to hold them off while you guys get done what needs to be done. Maybe talk to maybe message
Silverhand?
Max. Fuck Silverhand. He's dead.
I take Kai with you since you can carry her on her carpet. I think she'd be useful.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, you guys are neat. You guys are gonna have to try to do it.
Yeah, I'm
gonna go and just try to. You guys try to get it going, but talk to Max and see what he says about the flower and if he knows anything, because he said get to him with the flower and he could help us. So message him to see what we should do, and I'll try to hold off Merkel.
Okay, so let's get on the carpet. We'll fly over there, and while we're flying, I will message Max.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'd at least like to. With swarms of enemies, I'd like to figure out a way to rally everyone to just punch through.
Motivating speech. Speech.
As far as you can tell, people are just spread out everywhere. It's even hard to tell friend from foe at this point. You just could see where the ebb and flow of the fiendish and chaotic forces crashing into those. That's all playing out in the distance. You guys
There's only one way to end this.
You found a clearing that allowed you to change out of your form, and you're now about a quarter mile away where you can see the Merkel avatars bringing the Academy of Knowing down in front of it.
All right, then I guess I'm going. Well, I'm going to say we should probably head over there.
Velev, can you make eagles?
I'm getting on, or
I could call eagles.
How? Yeah.
Then let's get eagles.
Yeah,
How
there
many
you
do
go.
we need?
Call a bunch of eagles for us.
Well, everybody but
one for
Gulshaw.
Kai, one for Derek, and one
Eagles
for
can
Apollo.
carry two.
I'm gonna pat Gulshaw on the shoulder, and I am going to death ward him.
Okay.
Since he's going to try and fight that thing. So that means the first time he drops to 0 hit points, he goes to 1 instead.
That ain't gonna help.
Derek,
you
can see,
not a concentration.
Derek, you can see that there are defenders in the Academy as streaks of spellfire coming and arcing out of windows and off of the ramparts of the Academy. There might be a defense force in the Academy at this point, as they're now beginning to attack the Avatar and those forces that are nearby as it's slowly being lowered to the ground.
Okay, then how about this? Me, Velev, me, Gulshaw, and Apollo will help with the defense and try and stall this thing as long as possible. You guys get the flower into the lab and figure out what you need to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost back to full health.
Counter proposal.
Shouldn't die unless
What's the counter
What do
proposal?
you want?
Jason has other thoughts.
Do you want to join the attack party?
Yes,
I'm
I'm not
fine
going to
with
be
that.
able
I
to
am
do
fine with
anything with the smart people. Sorry.
All right, cool, fine. Then you can join us.
But
The
I
more the merrier.
will summon the eagles, and they will get us all where we need to be.
Cool.
Okay.
And I am not going to dismount that eagle when we get over there, by the way.
So I know Apollo, Derek, Kai, Velev, and everybody's either on an eagle or on a flying carpet, making their way towards the Academy at this point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Arena,
And I
while you're
messaged Max.
and you're messaging Max, what do you want to tell? What do you want to say to him?
Max, we have the flower, and we are on our way to the academy that the Merkel's avatar has.
You hear a response. Good. Get the flower to the lab. Get it onto the get it to Lady Silverhand. She is in the lab. That's what she told me she would be. She knows what to do. Get it to her.
Do it. All right.
And there's a huge mass of explosions off in the distance. And you can just see this raging battle going on around the Landwalker. And then you guys are now racing towards the Academy. So the flight to the Academy is a bit more dangerous. There's aerial combat and arcane effects coming up, and the beginnings of the edge of the volcanic pyroclast of falling debris is beginning to show up as well. So just as a general reaction to all this going on around you, I need everyone to make dex saves.
So we're on Eagles. Do the Eagles make dex saves?
Yes, they will need to make dex saves as well. Actually, no, a better flavor. The Eagles are giving you dex saves with advantage.
Oh.
That way, if you fail, they take damage as well as yourselves.
I got a 21.
I got 27.
Okay.
Because I had plus 5, right? Plus
Yep.
5. Yeah. From Gold Shot. Yeah.
You guys are kind of like in an arrow formation, kind of, making your way towards the academy.
Okay.
Not 20 plus 7, so.
Okay.
Dirty
So as long as
20 for me.
Yep.
now.
As long as you roll a 19 or higher, you'll save.
Cool.
24.
So if you roll a 19 or higher, you save. Take half of 28 points of bludgeoning damage from debris and the effects of making your way through the area. If you fail, 28 points.
I'll
And with
take
that-
the 28 points and save my flash of genius.
You begin to realize as you get closer to the academy, it lands. This wave of debris kind of billows out from the base of the academy as it lands within about 100 feet or so of the Merkel avatar, and it brings its hands down and it goes like this. And as it does the signal, you guys land on the ramparts of the academy where familiar faces greet you. Heavily wounded, exhausted. Brachus is there.
Hey.
The head of the Sunrise Chapel is there. You see Lady Silverhand comes running up and just immediately grabs Kai and begins to embrace her, as well as dozens of defenders are now at the edge of the ramparts, excited to see all of you. There's heated exchanges of exhaustion and quick storytelling as the front of the academy is being blasted by the Merkel avatar. Great arcane streaks of light crashing into it. And this is a good stopping point for a couple reasons. One, Lady Silverhand sees the crystalline flower and smiles and looks at Gulsha, who currently has it, immediately grabs onto your wrist and starts pulling you towards the academy laboratory. And it's at that point
I go with him.
another armed force shows up. As it would seem, a long absent pirate has arrived with the long absent airships that have been recovered from the Moonshay Isles, as 30 airships begin to appear on the horizon. Great cannonade fires going off, kind of like adding to the din as Johannes has returned as well with his pirate allies. As everything is coming to a culmination at this point. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight, folks, as we are now in the final throes of the campaign arc. As when we come back next week on MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we will start part 1 of the defense of the academy and the attempted destruction of Merkel, because I think it's going to take a while. However, you do not need to take a long rest. The escape from the flesh pit will allow you to take your last level of advancement. As all of you gain a level tonight, and I'm going to ignore the long rest effect so that you can have this ready to go as we will begin the beginning of the final arc next week. Oh my God, that was so cool. I've got this whole thing written out. It's going to be so much fun.
He says that about killing us.
Ah!
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss this setup. The setup makes it so much easier to control my Kiritishi and see y'all guys. But
Ooh, I get a new infusion.
Okay, now my aura is 30 feet now. So now you guys are.
Yay!
That is
Should I take an
awesome.
ability score improvement or a feat, guys?
Is there gonna be a lot of saves in this one, or is there gonna? Sure.
Yeah, what do you think?
Hitting everything was a save.
I know. I was like,
There
what?
wasn't a single time I didn't take damage.
My God. You know, this
Well,
is one of the
just you saved half.
This is one of the only combats that I did that I never attacked. Everything was just movement and a spell and healing stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I can actually use this
Because
evasion.
I'm going to need it now.
Jason, were you expecting us to continue to fight the thing, or did you think we would run?
Oh, I didn't care either way because once you got the.
But what
the
did you
arcane-
think we were gonna do?
I thought for sure you'd fight because I wasn't sure what you thought this thing was, because it was an actual creature buried in the ground, and everything that was defending the flesh pit was psychic based.
Yeah,
because one of the
because you have
avatars
barbarians that are
well, but one of the avatars sacrificed itself in the defense of the flesh pit, and that's what you fought during the initial entrance into the space, and it kind of used psychic as its main ability, because each of the avatars kind of represent a certain kind of like effect as well. The remaining 3 avatars have combined into the avatar that you see trying to control and gain access to the academy.
So I was just gonna say, so out of what we have seen individually, were 2?
2 avatars are now destroyed as far as you know.
Gotcha.
The last 3 have combined to become this final avatar.
Got it. Hey, it's weaker than 5.
Because one of the other possibilities was you were going to make an attempt at destroying each of the avatars one at a time and destroy it at its weakest point. So 2 of the avatars are gone. It's definitely not at its strongest point or its weakest point. It's probably at its midpoint.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sure.
Apollo's better off taking the 11th level in Barbarian and getting Reckless Rage, just so this card, if he gets to, if he dies, he goes back to 1 hit point on a con save of 10.
Nice.
Oh yeah, gee, that sounds great. That sounds like something Apollo definitely should utilize and probably do well to take advantage of at some point in the future.
Yeah, I think that's
Given how much you die.
I didn't say that. That's rude, Callista. Come on.
Rude.
Given how
Have
much
It's
some
going to be a lot
class.
harder for Apollo to die
Have
now,
some
all right,
class.
guys?
But seriously, guys, a feat or ability score improvement.
Well, and everybody
I'm
linger
thinking of
around
you.
because we're going to do a quick little raid as well. So
Yay.
thanks everybody for hanging out.
Yay, raid.
We're going to let everyone level
Yay.
up.
Take
We
the
are
tough
going
feat.
to be here next week. They're possibly with a breastfeeding
2
Callista.
hit points per level.
Is very possible. That should be interesting on stream. But yeah, we're just going to pop in, do a quick
I'm low
raid
enough.
before we call it for a night. So
I think I'm low enough.
thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. Appreciate
Thanks.
it.
See ya.
Bye all.
Sorry we're all
Stay
crazy.
safe.
Bye.
Be kind. Play a game.
Play the
It's
game.
important.
Can we all say the play a game together? I feel like that would be like a fun, like he says be safe, be kind, and we all go play a game. No?
Play a game.
I think
Yeah,
it-
play a game
like,
together.
Don't you know whose show this is?
I think it should be a fun thing that we all participate in together,
No.
and then people who watch, they'll all do it at home.
No,
All-
Jason can
all
do
5
his
of them.
Ellen thing. That's cool. I'll stay in the background.
Well, you don't have to do it, Goldshaw, but anybody else would want to join me. I'm going to join you, Jason. So it's a thing that I'm doing.
Hey,
now.
just put him backstage before you do it, so he doesn't get a chance to be in it.
I mean, you can be a complete and total asshole, but whatever.
Yay, raid.
We're rating
I
Vorpal
don't see
Tales.
where we're rating. I don't know. See
Dirty
any of this
Vortex?
stuff.
Shadow Legend.
Vorpal Tales.
Vorpal Tales.
Yeah, my note taking with this game has just gone downhill. Like I put the date and like boss fight. I guess I could put.
Fight. That's solid.
It used to be all kinds of detailed
Solid.
shit. Now it's just like boss fight. I'm too tired and drained to even put anything else. I will put level up though.
Ooh, aberrant dragon mark. That might be cool.
Rare pirate ships.
No, take the tough.
I want cool stuff to do.
You're not going to get a chance to do it. You're going to take something
no.
like rock climbing and then never climb a rock.
Unfortunately, Rangers don't get an ability score at level 18, so
Yeah, everybody gets a dead level.
So
I get